Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are talking about the lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra occurring on the 25th of March of 2024. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Of course, I'm always grateful for every single one of you. If you do find that you enjoy the content that I create and that I post here, please do take a moment to press that like button there. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and that way you can see more of my content at the forefront for you. Leave a comment down below as well. How is this eclipse working out for you? What do you've got going on? This is some big energy, so we're going to talk about that today. We're going to get the overall energy that this eclipse brings, and then we're going to pull out cards for your specific sign and see what area is highlighted the most. So lunar eclipses, what are they? Well, they're associated with the full moon. Full moon energy brings completion, brings things to harvest, can bring about manifestations into your world. They can bring endings. They can also bring deep spiritual insights. Your intuition might be very much heightened at this time, but eclipses themselves can bring about some chaotic energy. This can bring about an amplification of energy. This can be where things get a little bit unpredictable. We can have things come back into our lives. Sometimes we might get something that shows up again, which is when we thought we were done with it, whether it's people, whether it's memories, whatever that happens to be. But it's a great opportunity there to really get to the root, get to the heart of the matter, cleanse, purge, and make a final decision on things. Now, this energy brings with it, this eclipse brings the energy of Libra. Libra energy really is a focus on relationships of all kinds. Personal relationships, romantic, professional relationships here as well. This is a time when happiness with our partners can blossom, where everything you love about intimate partnerships, about your partnerships, your friendships, can really come to the forefront for you. And this can bring you a sense of fulfillment. If you're single, you might be meeting someone new around this time. If you are with someone, you might find that you get suddenly engaged. So if you've been feeling like a relationship has been a little bit stagnant, this can be where something shifts for you in a really positive way. Your business partnerships can prosper. You may start some new business business partnerships, and you may even hash out some sort of deal. On the flip side, because it is full moon energy, this can bring about endings to things. So some of you could have something that really, if it hasn't been going your way, if it hasn't been fulfilling for you on some level, this can be like kind of that do or die moment, like now or never. Either we make a decision, we move forward, we blossom, we grow, or we walk away. So this can be a big time here when people change jobs. This season of the year is when a lot of relationships go through a lot of changes, and this eclipse can really help you to propel things forward, whatever that looks like, because even an ending is about propelling us forward. This eclipse is a south node eclipse, and if we look back to the solar eclipse that we had in the sign of Libra in October of 2023, this is a culmination of that cycle, and that was a south node eclipse, and so is this one. And the south node energy is about our karmic paths. This can be about our past and releasing that past, moving over. This can be about getting out of your comfort zone. This can be about recognizing what patterns and habits that we tend to fall into. And the full moon energy is a great time to bring about a separation of those things and to move forward in a better, a healthier, and perhaps a more exciting way. Libra energy also does have to do with the law and legalities. So if you've been dealing with a legal situation, this can be where things wrap up for you. But at the same time, because this is about relationships and full moons can bring endings, this can be where people are taking legal action to legally separate from a person, whether it's business or whether it's romantic, right? So it can bring about some challenges here. Full moons do tend to carry a little bit of emotions, right? So this Libran eclipse is happening at 5 degrees. So if you have any planetary placements within 3 to 7 degrees per se of Libra, this is going to impact you the most. Same thing if you're an air sign, right? It's air energy here. Quick action, quick thinking can come in here, and also some deep thoughts can happen for you here. Check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Okay, so you could have those planetary placements there in your birth chart. All right, regardless of what your sun sign is, check out your rising and your moon. You may also want to check out your Venus sign readings as well, okay, all four, just to get the big picture, because at this eclipse, we also have a conjunction between Saturn. Saturn, of course, is our really fun planet of lessons, of, very challenging life lessons, discipline, fears, ambitions, but also structure. And it is the planet of karma, right? So you could be clearing out some karmic cycles, or you could be attracting some really positive karma into you, because a conjunction is a positive aspect. And this can bring an amplification of things, which may be a little bit challenging emotionally for some of you. But this can also be a blending of things together. This can be where we take some action on things, where we project ourselves forward. And this can really be about getting ourselves in the flow. And of course, we love the energy of Venus. Venus is wonderful. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So we kind of have a double dose of Venus energy at this time. And Venus does, of course, bring about the energy of love. And this is love of self, love of others, love of what you do, learning to love even the challenges that you have overcome. And some of you might even be learning to love again on some bigger scale, bigger capacity. Venus also does bring us resources, new beginnings, creativity, and brings a really harmonious energy to our relationships. So even if you do find that there's something that you're walking away from, know that one chapter may be closing for you, but another one is opening for you at the same time. So this can be a very freeing energy for you. And of course, this is going to lead us into the solar eclipse in Aries, which is coming in very hot and heavy at the beginning of April. And so 2 weeks from now, or 2 weeks from the lunar eclipse, we've got that solar eclipse. So where we have the lunar eclipse can bring about ending of a cycle, the Aries solar eclipse is about rebuilding and about taking the next steps forward. So this is a very transformative time for us, but it can be very exciting for you as well. And again, it can be about a big release. So with having said all of that, a little bit of a mouthful, having said all of that, we're going to get into your sign. So check out if you're watching the full video, check out the timestamps down below. If you're watching this video, also check out, I'm going to put a link to your personal solar eclipse down below that we had in Libra in October, so that you can easily go back and reference that energy. So good luck in this eclipse. Get grounded in your energy. It can be a really good time just to take a step back and engage in some meditation. I likely wouldn't do, at eclipses, I wouldn't do manifestations at this time necessarily, because the energy is chaotic and unpredictable when we have eclipses. And so we don't want to attract that energy. It's not that you can't manifest at this time. If you feel really comfortable, go for it. It's just that sometimes our manifestations that we do set intentions for at eclipses, they can be short-lived, or they can be really good and then kind of turn a little bit topsy-turvy. Okay, and that might not be what you're looking for. That might be you want something a little more stable. So take this time to reflect and to focus on relationships and to focus on yourself and love and care and wrapping things up, or look forward to the future to start something new. So I hope you guys have a wonderful eclipse, and I will see you guys a little bit later, but we're going to get into your individual readings right now. Hello there, Aries, and welcome to your lunar eclipse reading in the sign of Libra. So this is happening in your 7th astrological house, ruled by Venus and Libra, and you are experiencing the Saturn-Venus conjunction in your 12th house. So This can be some big significant shifts in relationships in your life right now. Business relationships, personal relationships. You could find that you suddenly get engaged. You could find that you suddenly get a job offer. At the same time, you could be recognizing some issues from your past, and this can be a really positive way, positive energy to move forward from them in a very positive way. Yes, you could be letting some things go, but this is because of a deep understanding of why or what is necessary for your personal growth, for your business growth, or even for your possibilities to find a relationship that's a little bit more in line with who you are and what you envision for your future. The seventh house energy is a really positive aspect for you in regards to finding equality in relationships, and restoring equality as well. So if things have become a little bit unbalanced in your life, maybe too much time at work, not enough time at home, perhaps giving too much in a relationship and not receiving enough back. This can be that time, especially with 12th house energy, which can be endings. This can be that time where you either restore what has been lost, you shift some energy back to a healthy equilibrium, or you may make a decision to walk away. Now, of course, not everything is going to happen on the lunar eclipse day. This is quite often where we do come to realizations or we make decisions, and then this energy can really play out for you over the next couple of months or so. Because if you have a feeling that solar eclipse in Aries is about taking initiative, taking action. This moon for you, this lunar eclipse might be a little bit more reflective, and then the action-oriented solar eclipse can really get the ball rolling for you, whatever your situation happens to be. But you might be feeling a little bit romantic at this time as well, especially with the 12th house. Perhaps you feel like you need to spend a little bit more alone time with yourself or with your partner. Perhaps you are really having a look at, a big life path, life trajectory that you've been on. And when the eclipse hits your sign in a couple of weeks, this is where you're really going to get the ball rolling, right? So it can be really important, really positive for you in that energy. But of course, this can be a time when you're really looking to shake things up a little bit. And in a positive way, right? You're clearing the path for your future. Of course, if you are considering leaving something behind or making some massive changes in your life for a better future, for a better tomorrow, it's not always the easiest thing to do, but you do have a lot of planetary support with that. You could also be having some very interesting dreams at this time, especially with that Saturn-Venus conjunction in your 12th house. This can be a dream, a vision about the future, and you might actually be gaining some insights there on how to get things, how to get the ball rolling, where to find the resources that you need, and it's going to be really interesting visions for you. We have supermoon energy here for you, card number 44, with attraction. So this is very exciting. Believe in your infinite abundance. Believe in your ability to attract things towards you that bring you stability, security in your life, things that bring you a good, solid foundation. Trust that you have already built a good, solid foundation in your world, and trust in your ability to build upon that, bring you more resources, more love, more happiness, more joy, more money, whatever it looks like to you. The attraction energy, you are a super attractor. And remember, we've got the solar eclipse coming in your sign. Very exciting. Maybe also a little bit scary, because maybe you need to face your fears in order to move forward in a way that is most beneficial to you for your future. But you have the power to attract all of the resources, all of the opportunities that you are needing, that you are looking for. All these doors are opening for you. And remember, even if a door is closing, or you need to close a door in your life, there's another one set to open right on its heels. All right. So wonderful, wonderful energy right there for you. We've got the Queen of Swords. Very nice. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the universe card here as well, which is the world card. Look at you in this energy. The Queen of Swords brings about a very important conversation or very important decisions that you are making at this time. The Queen of Swords energy can be very logical, very insightful. This is where you tap into your inner wisdom, but it is very decisive energy. The Queen of Swords is not afraid to cut things out of her world, or to set up some very, very, very important and, how should we say, non-negotiable boundaries. So if you feel as though something has a little bit out of whack, out of alignment, right? The Libran energy brings in the need for balance and harmony. And so if you feel as though something is one-sided rather than equal, if you feel as though something can be fixed, can be changed by putting up some boundaries, having an important conversation and really sticking to it, then this is what you're going to resolve, right? This brings about a successful conclusion to that situation, right? You're using your knowledge of the situation at hand to really set those intentions, set those boundaries there, and move forward, right? Sometimes that's how we just fix things. But I feel here in the Queen of Swords energy that you're ready for a shift and you're ready for a change of some kind. So the Queen of Swords energy does bring about either we can fix this or we can separate, we can cut ties, and we can move forward. The Eight of Pentacles that's here is a very productive card. It's one of unlearning and understanding the lessons that you've been going through, the experiences that you've been going through. It is a card of apprenticeship, right? So we are always learning certain things going through our lives. But when we get the Eight of Pentacles, this is showing that we're ready to move upwards or move forwards. So it's where the student can become the teacher, where the apprentice can become the master, where the employee can become the boss. So we're ready to level up. We have the experience, we have the wisdom, we have the knowledge, and we have the skill to do that. So it's like, again, that kind of, either we can fix this or we move on, or we can take things to the next level, or we need to make an important decision, because we do have the universe card here for you as well. Now, this can certainly represent that you might be recognizing the successes, Eight of Pentacles, that you have had throughout the last year, because we are stepping into your birthday. We're stepping into your astrological new year. So in this energy here, you could be very reflective, especially with this 12th house energy coming in, and you could be really getting some deep insights and understanding about things. And this is giving you a celebratory energy. So don't forget to celebrate everything that you have accomplished, no matter how big, no matter how small, even if it's that you're still standing after going through some challenges, right? Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate with that universe card, because this is a close of a chapter. This is a close of a cycle. And this is one where you're reminded to give thanks, to give gratitude to yourself, to people around you, and to the universe. And this is where you're ready to step forward. You're ready to expand. You're ready to move, take the next steps, leveling onwards or upwards in this energy. It's this expansive energy, and it can be one of a fresh start, a new beginning, but it can also be one of a next stage in your life, in your world. So with the World card here, you could be getting closure. You could be wrapping up a situation, right? Getting a definitive answer or making a very important decision. And whatever your situation is, trust in yourself to make the right choices here in this energy. So this can be a wonderful energy of releasing and letting go, and being really positive about what is to come. So really don't be afraid to open up or have those conversations, or do what you need to do to gain clarity and insight on your life, on your world. What is the most important thing that you want to do, or what you want to change in your life here, or what do you need to release? What do you need to leave behind? It can be an energy, it can be a feeling, it can be a pattern, It can be some behaviors. Yes, it can be people and situations here as well. What is inhibiting your growth and what will enhance it? Because with the universe card there, right, you're looking to grow, you're looking to move forward, and there's an exciting future that lays ahead for you here. We have card 17 here for you. This is your golden future, a very futuristic energy that's coming in here, and teleportation and levitation expand your gifts and powers. And so when we have this Venus 12th house energy coming in here for you and Saturn, you could be really learning about your spiritual self, your spiritual journey. You could be really having a look at the future and propelling yourself forward in ways that you didn't maybe consider before, or you weren't brave enough to do before. That can be as well. But when we have expand your gifts and powers, you are stepping into a cycle of expansion and growth, new beginnings, great things ahead for you, and you are moving from your past. You are moving those, taking the steps that you need to move yourself to the tomorrow that you can really dream about, that you can envision about, because the 12th house has to do with your dreams and what do I want for my future, and I see it clearly. Pay very close attention to your dreams, because you might actually be experiencing new worlds, new beginnings in your dreams. Because when we have this teleportation, levitation kind of energy here, you could be doing a little bit of astral travel or something within your while you're asleep, and that can be really interesting. You can actually do some work with that energy as well if you are so inclined. But can be a great opportunity for you to enhance, expand, or start on a spiritual journey. Really embrace that energy and that personal power. So this full moon can really be very beneficial for you on your spiritual path. I'll leave that there for you, Aries. I hope there was something here for you. Enjoy this full moon. Take this time to do some cord cutting rituals, banishing rituals if you want, or some healing rituals as well. Remember, full moons open us up with feminine energy to heal. All right. But I feel like you might also get some sort of gift or resolution in here as well, especially with the attraction energy there. So good luck in this full moon. I thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Bye. Hello there, Taurus. Okay, so we have your full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra occurring in your 6th astrological house. So this can bring about some significant insights or changes in your health, your happiness, and well-being. With Saturn conjuncting Venus in this energy, this can be where you are really focusing on some self-love and self-care, taking care of yourself, taking care of your own needs. This can be a time where you are recognizing that you need a healthier eating style, or maybe you are looking to get a little bit more physically active. If you're in the northern hemisphere, we're coming out of winter into the spring, and so maybe you're wanting to get outside a little bit more. If you are in the southern hemisphere, this can be where you're into autumn now, and this can be where you're thinking, okay, maybe the days are getting a little bit cooler, and how can I, take my physical activity inside, right? So you don't become a slug over the winter. So you could be really wanting to switch things up a little bit in regards to all kinds of health, happiness, well-being, spiritual, physical, emotional. This can bring in some emotional healing for you and a release of some old energies. Some of you are looking to switch up your daily routines here as well, or something that you've been doing can really pay off for you and you're starting to see the results. So if you have been trying to get a little bit more exercise, or eat a little bit better, or take care of your maybe spiritual self, right? Maybe you've been engaging in some spiritual practice. This can be where you're feeling that things are starting to pay off for you. You're feeling a shift. You're seeing some results. And so this can be really quite positive energy boost for you guys. So this can be where this focus all comes in. We do also have pets, so perhaps part of your exercise regime might be involving a pet. Some of you could be getting a new pet, but whatever your situation is at this time, this can be a really great time for you guys to make that doctor's appointment, to take your pets in for their vet checkup, that kind of thing. It's just a really great time and a really good focus on that for you. But we also do have some potentially breakthrough energy coming in here for you with Saturn conjunct Venus in your 11th house. Your 11th house is Uranus energy, which is a little bit rebellious. It can bring in some changes, and it can be a really big breakthrough or break free energy there for you. And in the sign of Aquarius, this can be about personal freedoms, personal choices. This can be about your vision for the future. So perhaps you are really recognizing Saturn, understanding, okay, something that you need to break away from in order to have a better tomorrow, a better future. The 11th house can have to do with your wishes and your dreams. So you could have some wish fulfillment, wishes coming true at this time, or you're recognizing and understanding what you need to do to make something happen that's in alignment with your wishes. You could have some doors opening for you. It can be really positive for you. You may also be having some changes in your social life as well, because the 11th house can have to do with technology, with your groups that you belong to. And so you could be looking at your social media and really kind of maybe shutting some things down there. Maybe you're, leaving some social media groups kind of thing. They might not be in alignment with who you are right now, or maybe they've turned a little bit toxic and you're like, for my own mental health and well-being, I got to get out of here. So you could be experiencing some changes in who you connect with as well. But you could also be looking at the future and really envisioning something here where you can maybe give back to other people. You can be very helpful. So maybe you want to just give back to your neighborhood a little bit. Maybe you've got some older neighbors that need a little bit of help in their yard kind of thing. You could be looking to, because we do have pets, perhaps you're looking to connect with a pet charity or something of some kind. Maybe you're like, okay, I need to get a little bit more exercise. I want to get outside a little bit more. I also want to give back to community. So maybe you sign up at your local shelter and you walk dogs on Sunday afternoon or something. It's good for them. It's good for you. It's a win-win situation for everyone. And you may end up falling in love, okay, with a pet there as well. But those are just the kind of things, the little things that you can do to give back in some very wonderful ways. We have creation coming in here for you guys. So create your vision of the future, create your tomorrow. The time is now. Okay, this is a time when you can really be facing your fears and breaking yourself out of some sort of cycle here. The moon can bring about some fears. The moon can bring change. And sometimes we've got a fear of change, a fear of the new. Sometimes we have a fear of letting go. We have a fear of failure. We also can have a fear of success. So you're being encouraged in the full moon energy to go within, to reflect what is holding me back. What makes me feel trapped or caged in? Is this something internal? Is this something external? Is this my relationship with myself, my goals, my dreams? Is this my relationship with my past? Or is it something external that's holding me back? So when we embrace our fear, we can overcome our fear. So this can be bringing you some really great big insights for yourself here. All right. But don't forget, you have the power to create your vision, create your tomorrow by taking action, by taking initiative today. Some of you might need to leave something behind, whether it's people, whether it's situations, habits, patterns, behaviors, whatever it happens to be. Remember that wherever we do close a door, whatever we leave behind propels us forward into opening a new door and a better tomorrow, a different tomorrow. And sometimes there's a little bit of fear of uncertainty, like what's going to happen? Where am I going? What am I doing? I don't know. This can make us anxious, but we have the ability to free ourselves. All right. We always need to remember that. And hey, would you look at that? We've got the 9 of Swords coming out here first for you guys. And Nine of Swords is in alignment with the Eight of Swords as well. Self-imposed restriction, overthinking, overanalyzing, too much in your head, not enough in your heart, being afraid, feeling restricted in some way, or really being, beating ourselves up. So the Nine of Swords is something that we're leaving behind, something that we're letting go of, something that we need to recognize within ourselves, right? What is holding me back from doing what I really want to do, from doing what I'm really excited about for my future? So sometimes we have the wonderful ability to get in our own way, whatever that looks like. And, sometimes the Nine of Swords energy comes up when, we've got a goal in mind, but our goal we've set such a big goal that sometimes it seems like it's unachievable. So, let's say you want to lose some weight and you're like, I want to lose 50 pounds and I want to do it in the next 3 months. That is a massive goal, right? That is a very massive goal. And sometimes that goal can actually keep us stuck a little bit because it's just big, right? It's amplified. But if we cut that down into smaller, more achievable goals, we actually have more wins. And, yes, if we're manifesting things, dream big, think big, right? But sometimes these things where we have these big life changes, or we're trying to get on a healthier path, or whatever that happens to be, sometimes by putting things into smaller goals, we can train ourselves a little bit more to believe that we can achieve. So it's, it can be where we do get a lot up in our head. And the fear is, we've got this bird cage on here, right? Things that keep us trapped and stuck, and it's time to free yourself. So whatever your situation happens to be, the Nine of Swords can also represent some nighttime energy. So you might find at this full moon that your sleep patterns may be a little disrupted. You're probably feeling it already. I am putting this video out a little bit early, so you're probably feeling this already. Eclipse season is big. We've got some crazy astrology going on that's highly unusual, that hasn't happened before, or maybe very not for a long time. And so this can be really disruptive to some people's sleep patterns, habits, behaviors. So, you might find yourself tossing and turning at night. And one of the ways you can navigate yourself through that energy is by taking a step back, taking it easy, practicing a little bit of self-care in some way. Maybe take the opportunity, if you're awake in the middle of the night, to just do some quiet meditation that can maybe just help quiet your conscious mind, because your mind might be racing here at this time. And sometimes when we take that step back, we quiet our conscious mind, we can connect more with our energy, we step more into the flow, and that's maybe where we get some answers and some clarity that we've been looking for, or we just feel calmer, more at peace, more at ease, right? Quieting the conscious mind is not always an easy task, and we need to train ourselves to do that too, but it becomes easier with practice. But we do have the Page of Swords. So this can be very Aquarian, very Uranus kind of energy here with this, because the Page of Swords is always up for something new. Page of Swords is always looking towards the future, very tied to technology, very tied to the future, right? Open mind, open heart. The Page of Swords is like, well, this isn't working. Nine of Swords, let's try this instead, right? So very optimistic kind of energy there, and can really help break free from something keeping you stuck, is embracing this energy. With the Page of Swords, some of you could actually have some good news headed your way. This can also be where you gain some clarity on where you maybe need to slow things down a little bit in your life as well, because we do have the Eight of Wands coming in here, but this is in the reverse. So something that has been keeping you stuck or going around in circles, this is where you're breaking out. It's where you're breaking free from things, you're recognizing things, you're gaining insights, maybe you're putting up boundaries, or maybe you're just facing your fears. And this is where you can really break yourself out of a rut or out of a cycle. Remember, lunar eclipses, they can be very much about the end of a cycle somewhere. Now, the Page of Swords, because it is very tied to technology as well, and it is tied to the new, this can be, again, where you are looking for new people to connect with, especially new groups and things on the internet. So maybe you're, you're attached to some Facebook groups and you're like, oh, I just don't want to see this crap anymore on my news feed. And so maybe you're finding something that's a little bit more in tune with your interests as of today, and maybe something a little bit more positive, right? Whatever floats your boat. Or if you're wanting to embrace some new, better habits and things like that, or even learn something new, perhaps you join some groups that are in alignment with that. But I do feel here that you are breaking out of some sort of stuck energy to create the life that you want, to start something new, or to make something a little bit better. You might need to be a little creative in your approach on things, but I think you can figure some things out there. The Page of Swords is a very optimistic energy and a very positive energy. Now, I will say, because we do have Uranus energy here, the Page of Swords tied to technology, gadgets, devices, and things as well. We do have Mercury that's going into shadow, so getting ready to go into that retrograde energy. And so you could be finding that you're buying a new device because maybe something has broken and maybe you're deciding that it's too old, and you're like, it's not worth fixing. I'm going to buy something new. So you could have some technology issues there, just so you're aware. Okay, so yes, endings, eclipses can bring about some, unpredictability there, especially in regards if, Mercury's headed into retrograde, and so this can be really shaking things up. But it might actually be better for you because maybe your laptop is like 8 years old, and you're like, man, oh man, this thing's like a slug, and now you get a brand new one, and it just feels like all of a sudden you're like, you're in the future with this speedy laptop. So you could be doing something like that at this time as well. All right, so just keep an eye on your devices. Also keep an eye on communication as well. If you're expecting any kind of emails or anything like that, make sure you do check your spam folders and things, because something might go missing at this time as well. So we're going to get a final message for you, and this is from the Golden Futures, all about your future, and with very Libran energy coming in here for you with number 22, the law, act with common sense and responsibility. So this is where things are coming into alignment for you. This is understanding the laws of the universe, right? If you believe it, you can achieve it. If you can envision it, you can create it. If you're afraid of it, it will keep you stuck. So those laws of the universe, right? So this is a reminder about those things. But this can also be about taking logical and practical steps towards building the life that you want, making the changes that are better for you, whatever that happens to be for you. This is also about making decisions as well. So taking an unbiased approach at things, looking at both sides of the coin on things, and making an important decision for yourself. Because remember, this Libran energy does have to do with relationships also. And so with this, you could be finding that you need to make an important decision, whether it's to allow new things to come into your life, embrace change, or to perhaps let something go. So just make sure that you are seeing things clearly, that you're seeing the truth behind things, and that you're making decisions based on logic, fact, reason, but also based on your intuition, right? And, just make sure that you're not making any rash decisions, because sometimes if we're in fear energy, sometimes we make rash or emotional decisions that we might regret later. So take that opportunity to step back, connect with your energy, and then make the right important decisions for yourself. But again, with the Page of Swords coming in, and we do have this law energy coming in, this can represent that there might be some really important things that are opening up for you, or you might get some good news that move you towards a better future, a better tomorrow. And it can be something that you've been waiting for a while, or something that comes out of the blue. I'm going to leave all that there for you folks. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please hit that like button here and subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful lunar eclipse. Stay tuned for the solar eclipse, and I've also put your solar eclipse in Libra from October 2023. I've linked that down below there for you guys as well, so you can have a look back and see what was going on in your world at that time. So I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hello, Gemini. You're going to be experiencing this lunar eclipse in your 5th astrological house. This can be super exciting for you. The 5th house energy is ruled by the sun. It brings Leo energy. It brings creativity, romance, love affairs. We've got hobbies and your interests, and we've got this fun, joyous energy here. So you could be embarking on some fun activities around this lunar eclipse, or you could even be recognizing where in your life you need to make room, you need to make some time to do the things that you love, to have a little bit more fun and happiness and joy in your life. So this can be really, really positive for you. You could be getting new, you could be finding new sources of inspiration. Maybe you're feeling really creative at this time. So this can be just such a wonderful, vibrant energy coming in here for you. But we do have as well, we've got Saturn conjunct Venus in your 10th house. Now, this is ruled by Saturn anyway, brings along a Capricorn energy, and this can be where maybe some of your goals, your ambitions, your patience, and your planning may really be paying off for you, especially in regards to your reputation, your career path. You might be achieving something at this time, or maybe being recognized for something that you do achieve. So you could be finishing up a project and in your workplace, for example, and this is like you're really hitting it out of the park with this one. This can be where if you're looking to make a career change at all, this can be where really people do recognize you for your strength and your experience that you bring to the table. So this can be a really bright and shiny energy for you guys. But you could also, again, be really recognizing what has been holding you back. And you've got all of this energy propelling you forward to make some very important change. So see what you can do to work through this energy, and it can be very, very sparkly. We've got faith coming in here for you. You're very much encouraged to follow your dreams, your goals, to make changes, to believe in yourself, to be confident, and to ultimately have faith. Have faith that things will work out for you. Have faith that the changes that you make will push you forward in a direction that is really healthy, really positive for you. Have faith in your ability to achieve your goals and your dreams, or to finish things up. Whatever it happens to be, right? Keeping this very positive attitude is going to serve you incredibly well. We have Temperance coming in here for you guys also. So Temperance brings about a Sagittarian energy. We've got the star, beautiful, keep the faith. This is bright and sparkly for you. And we've got the 8 of Cups. So with the Temperance card and the star, we can have a big healing element that does come in here, where you may have been working on fixing something, and this is where your hard work, your energy is paying off for you. This can be where you are recognizing, again, things that have been holding you back, and that Saturn energy that does come in is where you have gained some insight and some wisdom, and this can really help propel you and move you forward in a direction that is really exciting for you on some level. But the Temperance card can also bring you some spiritual guidance as well, and also recognize and show you your ability to change something. It can represent some spiritual alchemy, turn a negative into a positive, turn an opportunity into a reward, right? So it's this wonderful energy there that you've got all around you, right? So turning nothing into something, perhaps, right? Turning things around, right? If you've been feeling stuck, this is where you recognize and you have faith in yourself to break free, right? You have the sun energy bringing you a real big dose of positivity and optimism. But the Temperance card also represents the need to find balance and harmony in your life as well. The star can bring in this Aquarian energy of freedom, of breaking free, of moving forward, looking to the future. And so here in this energy, there could be some little things that you've been working on, that you want to change, or that you want to start. start, and this can be really exciting for your future, but perhaps you do need to figure out what you're walking away from, or what you need to let go of and leave behind, what changes that you need to make in order to follow a different or a better path, or do things just a little bit better in your life here, right? For some of you, there's little small things that are going on in your world, and we all know it's the small things that lead into the big things, right? And so sometimes we focus all on the big things, and it's those little things that really do count. But the Temperance card and the Star can bring about some healing and balance into your life. So big theme, really in alignment with this Libra energy, balance, harmony, looking at both sides of the picture, looking at the big picture. And again, maybe you're feeling a little bit more inspired. You would probably really benefit you a lot to really connect with your higher self, to engage in some spiritual practice. The Temperance card can represent your guardian angels supporting you and guiding you, helping you along the way. The Star energy shows your connection with the universe, your ability to manifest and achieve your goals and your dreams, right? Very sparkly energy that can come in there with the Star. And so what are you dreaming of? What are you thinking of? Where do you see yourself going? What are you manifesting in your life? For some of you here, your dreams are about to come true. There's something here that's about to manifest in your world, and you're being very encouraged again to keep the faith. When we believe, we can achieve, right? So keep your open heart, keep an open mind, be ready for a little bit of action here. And yes, you might need to say no to something in order to make the progress that you're looking to make. I do see a potential career change coming in here for some of you, or perhaps, you might be recognizing your own worth as well. And if you are in a situation where you're not being recognized for your skill and ability, your dedication, your hard work, all of this, your wisdom, right? If you're not being recognized for that, I do feel that you're breaking away from a stagnant situation, and you are making some really important decisions on your path for the future. Remember, this Libran energy does bring a focus on all kinds of relationships, romantic, personal friendships, but also those business partnerships there as well. And with that 8 of Cups coming in here, we can be, it's a transitional energy. With that, we can be leaving something behind to walk towards something better, or even venture into the unknown. And even the unknown is sometimes better than a situation that no longer offers us any fulfillment that we're looking for. It's not offering us the growth that we're looking for, the rewards that we're looking for. There's something lackluster. There's something that's just not floating our boat anymore. So the future is bright. But whenever we do get the Star energy, we've got this energy of taking back your personal power. This is also one where miracles and blessings do happen as well. Sometimes they happen right here, right now. Sometimes we still need to be a little bit patient, one day at a time, with the Temperance energy there, but believe and have faith. Keep that faith alive, because this is what is really driving you, really what is helping you attract the right opportunities, the right situations, and some really positive energy towards you. So some very positive energy coming in here with this eclipse. And don't forget, we do have that solar eclipse coming in 2 weeks after this, and that's in the sign of Aries, taking initiative, taking action, feeling energetic, and maybe even feeling a little bit more inspired and creative than you have been. So this can be a time for some of you where you're taking a step back, you're taking things easy a little bit, and you're meditating, and you're just getting yourself aligned for when you do need to take some action. Remember, not everything happens at the day of the eclipse. The energy does last, and especially as we're heading into the solar eclipse in Aries, this is setting the stage for our next 6 months. So this can be where you're preparing for those things, that energy. We have the new children coming in here. This is from the Golden Future deck. It is a new one. Be all that you can be. Okay, you are part of the chosen one, and you are being very encouraged here to follow your vision, to follow your goal, to open your heart, to follow your vision of the future. See, we've got the heart chakra open up here. The heart chakra very connected with that 5th house energy, very connected with the Sun and Leo. And we've got the 3rd eye activated right there. Those are your visions. That's That's where you can see things in your mind's eye and you can manifest, very connected with the star energy and also Temperance energy there as well. So you are awakening to your true gifts, your talents, your purpose. You are awakening to your true spiritual self, your gifts and your blessings. They are all part of the life and the energy that you embrace, that you attract towards you. So infinite abundance is yours to be had, and you are being very encouraged to live your best life, whatever that looks like to you, and break free from any kind of restrictions or negative energy, right? Always look towards the future. Big breakthrough energy coming in here for you guys. So take a few minutes, take a little bit of time, make that space for yourself to just engage with your higher energy there. And you think you probably get a little bit of inspiration, and you might even really connect with your visions of your future. So very interesting energy there for you, but loving it, loving it, loving it. All right. Leave that there for you guys. Have a wonderful full moon. Don't forget to gear up towards that solar eclipse. Very exciting as well. I'll put out another video just for that one. So I thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hello there, Cancer. This is your full moon in Libra reading with the lunar eclipse coming in here for you guys. This is happening in your 4th astrological house. Now, in a lot of ways, this energy will be very familiar and very comfortable for you. The moon rules the 4th house, and it is associated with your sign. So you might be wanting to spend a little bit more time at home in this energy. Some of you might also be wanting to do something a little bit different with your home. You could be wanting to move somewhere. Perhaps some of you are buying a home, moving out of your current place of residence, or maybe even sprucing up the place a little bit with the full moon energy about releasing things. Sometimes this can be where maybe you're decluttering in some way or reorganizing your space. Some of you here might be experiencing changes with who you live with. You could be welcoming new people into your home, okay, or you could be booting them out, showing them the door. All right, all depends on your current circumstances here. The home is about your private space, about your private life, so you might be really looking at the information that you share out into the world. So if you have someone in your home, whether it's you or someone else that overshares, like on social media, things like that, you might be dialing things back a little bit and saying, you know what, I don't need to share this out there in the world. I don't need to share this. You might find yourself wanting a little bit more privacy on certain things in your life. You could also have some things going on in your relationships, in your home, with your parents, with your spouse, with your family, with your children. And you might just be like, you know what, we don't need to tell people about what's going on with this. There could be a little bit of secrecy going on there, but not secret like in a nefarious kind of way. It's just like, we don't need to tell people about this. This is private, right? This is, we do have in your 9th house, this is where we've got Saturn conjuncting Venus, your 9th house. This can have to do with travel, long distance travel. You might have a visitor to your home at this time, or you might be visiting someone else's home and traveling to get there. This can be where you are expanding your mind, you're learning things, or you might find your belief systems are changing here a little bit. Some of you might be wanting to learn something at this time as well, thinking that, in order for me to get myself to where I want, I might need to take a course. You might want to take a class in something. If you want to make some home improvements, maybe you take like a woodworking class or something like that, right? Learn how to do it yourself rather than spend too much money. You might also be, if you're so inclined, some of you could be engaged in a lot more journaling at this time as well. This can just be, starting a diary. Maybe you're starting a dream journal, a daily tarot card pull, that kind of thing. And that can actually help you, bring you some greater insights, inspiration, or help you recognize what is maybe holding you back in certain areas. So we got a lot of things going on with this particular energy, but there could also be a little bit of a push and pull here as well, because you are experiencing a square also, and sometimes we do have you know, where you want to spend time at home, but people are encouraging you to get out. You know, so you might be obligated to go out with like some friends and things like that. So on some level, you might want to be a little bit more sociable, but at the same time, you're feeling this little bit of push and pull between, but I really don't want to get dressed, or I don't want to go out. So you might be feeling that little bit of back and forth energy about, you know, whether you want to leave your home or not. Okay. We have fruition energy coming in here for you guys as well. So this is beautiful. This is a time of blossoming, of growth. This is a time where things can come to fruition for you. You could be reaping what you sow in a very positive way here. You could have some gifts and some blessings coming your way. And again, you might have like a visitor to your home that brings you, you know, maybe some wine or helps you with some groceries, things like that. So it can be really wonderful for you. This can also be where you really see a vision of your future. How can I expand? How can I grow? How can I make something happen? How can I bring something to fruition in my life? And you might be really recognizing how to get that done. Because don't forget, Venus energy here brings resources. And the 9th house is ruled by Jupiter, and it brings some Sagittarian energy. So this is getting you outside, propelling you forward, expanding your horizons, and may also bring some gifts to you. Jupiter is wanting to bring you something around this eclipse. All right, whether it's bringing you an ending that moves you forward to a blessed new beginning, or whether it's bringing you people into your life, or maybe a little bit of luck to you, right? Jupiter wants to bring you something that is really positive for you, right? Jupiter is, of course, our beneficial planet of expansion, of growth, of spirituality as well, right? Big picture kind of energy coming in there. And so something really positive could go on, especially something with the law, some legalities, contracts, that kind of thing. So maybe you're signing a new lease at this time. Again, you could be paying off a mortgage. Maybe you could also be in this energy moving to a new neighborhood, right? That all of that kind of stuff can be going on right now. Maybe taking out a loan for a new home. So we can have some very wonderful things going on here for you guys, but it could be some transformative energy. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. Yes, something is coming to you with the 6 of Pentacles. This is a wonderful energy. Page of Pentacles, perhaps some money, gifts, information, and we've got the 6 of Cups coming here for you guys as well. So yes, some of you could have the 6 of Cups can be an old friend, an old colleague, right? This can be someone from your past that comes into your life, but it can be someone that brings you something really positive. And perhaps, you know, maybe they bring you flowers. They might help you out with some bills. They could bring you a job opportunity, right? Or maybe they bring you some information. You might get some information about your old neighborhood, about your home, where you used to live. Maybe you are reconnecting with old friends. With the Page of Pentacles, you can get an offer. You can get some money coming in. You can get an offer of, you know, a job, higher level commitment. Maybe someone invites you to go somewhere. Again, we've got the 9th house can bring in some travel energy there for you. So it can be like a reunion of some kind, you know, or, you know, maybe you are just feeling a little bit nostalgic at this time with that 6 of Cups energy. But the 6 of Pentacles quite often does bring us something, and it's a result, a reward of something that we've put out there. So the good that you put out comes back to you. It is a circulatory energy, right? Reminding us always that what we put out does come back quite often multiplied. And with that 6 of Pentacles, yes, and especially with fruition and the rest of the energy, okay, there could be some doors opening for you here, or something materializing in your world, something real, something you can touch. Maybe someone buys you that bouquet of flowers, or you could have a little bit of money that comes your way, something like that. But yes, we can get information and knowledge here as well. But this can also be you putting something out, because the 6 of Pentacles, yes, can be something coming back in, but it can also be you putting something back out. And you could be spending some money here, something that you've maybe always wanted, maybe you've dreamed about, or something that is good for you and your family. The Six of Cups can literally represent children, as can the Page of Pentacles. So you might be moving to a bigger house or a better neighborhood, finding more stability for yourself and your family. Some of you at this time, maybe you have one of your children, or you might be graduating at this time as well, the 9th house of higher learning. And with the Page of Pentacles, maybe this is the time where they get like an acceptance letter, an offer letter to a college or a university, their dream school, something there. Or, you might be paying some money for a course, whether it's for yourself or for someone in your household. Whatever it is for you, we do have some peaceful energy. We've got a restoration of balance in here. And so something really positive, a very nice energy, I feel, with this eclipse for you guys. But the Six of Cups reminds us to stay present. Okay. Yes, it can bring you a present as well. Just so you know, you've got gifts, gifts, and gifts. Okay. So all kinds of gifts coming in here. But the Six of Cups can remind us always to be in the present moment, to focus on today. Okay. And just be a little bit aware that you might be feeling a little nostalgic at this time, and just make sure that whenever you are reflecting on the past, that you see things truthfully. Because sometimes in this energy, we can put rose-colored glasses on, right? It's our brains, our minds, our memories work in very interesting ways, and we tend to amplify the good and kind of downplay the bad, right? So, so there could be something going on there with that, right? So just be aware of rose-colored glasses syndrome there. But with the Six of Cups, I feel like you're doing something in the present that affects your tomorrow in a very positive way, making plans, putting some action in place, whatever it is, making some decisions, and that's that better tomorrow there for you. But the sixes bring in a peaceful, calm energy, and the Page of Pentacles can bring in some really good news for you, or bring in some improvements in your life in some way. So maybe it even brings you a little bit of luck, because the Page of Pentacles can bring you things that you have manifested in your world. And might not necessarily be the day of the eclipse, right? But a couple weeks before, a couple weeks after. And again, remember, we've got the solar eclipse in Aries coming up 2 weeks after the lunar eclipse. So there could be something that comes to you there, because it's new energy that comes in. We have nature here. Tune into the natural world, and you do have this earthy energy coming in here. So possibly some of you are looking to maybe go out and play in nature a little bit, take your children out, do something fun, do something new. Nature can also represent, maybe some of you are moving out to the country, right? So if you're looking for a new house, maybe you move to like the suburbs instead of the hustle and bustle of the city. Maybe you're planting a garden at this time, right? You plant the seeds and then you watch things grow. But connecting with nature can be a really good way to feel grounded, to feel connected, to feel focused. Perhaps you're looking to do something a little bit more fun, and you go on like some retreat somewhere. But connecting with nature can really connect you with the universe, and can possibly bring some blessings to you at this time. And this is very important to be grounded in the energy that we've got going on, right? The eclipses can bring chaotic energy. They can bring some uncertainty. They can bring unpredictable things, surprises as well. But it's important to stay grounded. So connecting with nature can really be the key to, feeling a little bit more stable, or just recognizing your connection with the universe. Might also be some signs that are brought to you when you do connect with nature. Maybe it's hummingbirds, it could be dragonflies, it could be ladybugs, right? Or maybe you want to connect with the trees as well, a little bit of tree wisdom in there. So connect with nature at this full moon and throughout the eclipse season. And I feel like this will just bring you a little bit more kind of centered energy into the mix. But I do feel this is relatively positive for you in here. And so embrace the energy, okay? Be open to receive as well. And that's what connecting with nature can help us do also. So have a great eclipse. I'll see you on the solar eclipse reading. But I thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed your reading, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hello there, dear Leo, welcome to your lunar eclipse in Libra reading. This is occurring in your third astrological house ruled by Gemini. So this could be a focus on communication for you. You might be doing some deep thinking at this time as well. You could be really making some very important decisions or having an all-important conversation. This can help you move forward on something or make, again, some very important decisions in your life. The third house is a little bit of a mixed bag of energy. We've got communication thinking. We've got your devices as well. So some of you could be experiencing a little bit of upsets or disruptions or breakages of your technology. At this time, we do have Mercury that is headed into retrograde here. So this can be where maybe you are starting to have some devices that are going on the fritz a little bit, and you could actually be gaining a little bit of insight there going, man, I should probably look into replacing this because I think it's on its last legs. So you could be buying something new or making a preparation to do that. All right. This can have to do with your social life, with your neighborhoods as well. So you could be looking at where you live, the neighborhood you're in. Do you feel safe and secure, or is it ready for a little bit of change? But you could also be really seeing the big picture on things in your life here as well. Now, we do have Saturn conjunct Venus in your 8th house. There could be a little bit of a mystery unfolding here, okay? You could also be talking about finances that you share with another person. So if you are in a relationship and you're moving in together, this is where you're discussing who's responsible for what bills. Maybe you're looking at making a purchase with another person, and because Libran energy also has to do with legalities, you might be looking to say, okay, what's the possibilities? What if we break up? What if this happens? What if this happens? So you could be maybe putting a contract or something like that together to cover your bases, maybe some sort of legal agreement document, and it could be with a romantic partner, it could be with a friend or a family member, or maybe even a business associate in there, because this does have to do with joint assets and finances here. So you could be making some changes in that regard, or maybe preparing to welcome in the new. The 8th house is Pluto energy, so you could be taking back your personal power, or you could be making some very important changes that lead you to a better tomorrow. Pluto does bring about births, deaths, endings, new beginnings, transformations, also brings a little bit of mystery, the things that are hidden. So you could have a secret that comes to light at this time, and oof, man, if that secret has to do with loans or things like that maybe are carried by a partner or for yourself, this can be an important conversation where someone comes clean, right? It's like, okay, well, we're about to move in together, but I just want you to know I have this much in student loans, or I've got this debt, right? So it could be a little bit of honesty that comes out there, but you could be paying something off at this time as well. Because with this energy here does come with things coming to fruition, things coming to completion, the end of a cycle, a closure. So some of you could be paying off a loan here, and this can, of course, bring you more money in your life, right, if you don't have some debt hanging over you. So this can be really quite positive for you, but you could also be taking out new loans, right? So, but with Venus and Saturn there, it's like taking a practical approach to things in your world, and you might also find you just all of a sudden have the resources that you need to get things done that you want to get done. But you could also be wanting to try something a little bit new. You could be using your imagination to live out a fantasy of some kind with another person. The 8th house does have to do with intimacy within some relationships there. So you could be just feeling a little bit out there. So maybe you're sharing your fantasies with another person here also. Can be a little bit spicy, a little bit saucy. We have resilience energy coming in here for you guys. So this is all about weathering the storm, about continuing, moving forward. This is about never giving up, right? You are resilient in your energy. So sometimes, even though things might not always go your way, things might go sideways a little bit. This is about persevering and powering through. Okay. This is also a reminder here that yes, if there's something that goes a little bit sideways for you, you that if you choose, you may need to really dig deep for some inner power, inner resources there to move yourself forward and overcome a challenge that may come about for you. And for example, let's say you have someone that reveals they all of a sudden have all this debt and you're like, what the hell, right? This can require a little bit of inner strength to move past that, to figure out what to do about it. But the resilience card is also card number 21. It does relate back to the world cards. This can be about wrapping things up, seeing things through to a close. It can also represent endings. And of course, lunar eclipses of all kinds, right? We can eclipse things into our life. We can eclipse things out of our life as well. And so this is really the universe reminding you that should something come to an end, should something break down, okay, should something eclipse out of your life at this time, remember that you are stronger than you quite often might give yourself credit for, and look to the future, look to overcoming, look for the solutions, see your way forward, honor all of your feelings, but remember that you have a lot of inner strength, and this is what Spirit wants to remind you of. And of course, the Strength card is your card anyway, your inner strength, your kindness, your compassion, your open heart, your beautiful positive energy, and so believe in yourself no matter what is going on. We have the Seven of Pentacles coming out here for you. Ace of Cups, very nice. And we have Judgment. So we got a little bit of a mixed bag coming in here for you, just as a kind of thought that we would. First off, the Seven of Pentacles can represent something coming to harvest, coming to fruition for you, maybe something that you've been waiting for quite a while. With the Ace of Cups, this can be a new job, a new home. This can be a next stage in a relationship. This can be engagements and proposals of all kinds. But this can also bring peace, forgiveness, and healing in there as well. You might have something come to fruition that you previously manifested into your world, but this may require, with the Judgment card here, for you to make a very important decision and perhaps embrace some change. Sometimes to bring in the new, we do have to let go of the old. The Seven of Pentacles can also represent that you've been very patient, waiting for something or allowing something to blossom, and this might be where it pays off for you, but you could also be Judgment card, be very willing to let something go to allow the new in. And because sometimes, when we have the Seven of Pentacles, it's like assessing our current situation. So let's say you were in a romantic relationship and you're like, okay, we've been committed, we've been dedicated, we've been, taking our relationship to the 7 stage, but I really want the 10. I want it all. I want everything. And so you could be assessing relationships in your life, business relationships as well. And you could be thinking, okay, is there a potential? Is there a possibility for this to go to the 10, to hit the big time, hit the jackpot? Or is this forever where it's going to stay? Has it run its course? And you might be in this energy where you're like, you know what? It's time to move on. It's time for something a little bit new. So there is this big kind of contemplative energy, which is not surprising considering this is your 3rd house. It's your 8th house, right? Change, transformation, endings, and new beginnings. And this might be what we have going on here for you. But whatever your situation is, trust your ability to make a decision. The judgment, your judgment call. Okay. Do we move forward? Can we have a fresh start? Is there a possibility and a potential here to take things up to the next level? Or do I need to release and let something go? The Judgment card can bring about something hidden that may come to light for you here. This can be something within yourself, some sort of revelation. This can be something from another person might be revealing something to you, some new information or some new insights. So it could be that you've got a sharing and an expression of feelings at this time as well. But the Judgment card brings clarity, also brings a call to action and a call to the light. Okay, so where there's been shadows, where there's been uncertainty, this is where you see things clearly. This brings about a big picture and open-minded energy. But the Judgment card is about really making that final decision, final judgment. Can we forgive, heal, release? Can we have a second chance? Right? Or do I need a fresh start? Do I need to release something and let it go? It's a big energy here when we have the Judgment card. So this is really your opportunity here to go within and to really gain wisdom, insight, understanding, connect with your feelings, and figure out what it is you want. Because the Ace of Cups right here is actually really quite positive. I mean, the aces are always bring a little bit of luck, always bring some new, fresh energy. And the Ace of Cups is like speaking to your emotional well-being, speaking to your heart space, connecting with your heart, your soul there in that energy, but it can bring you some spiritual awakenings and insights there. It can really link to your intuition. And this is where you can have, a look at things a little bit differently from a different level, a different perspective, where your intuition is really guiding you towards what is right for you, what feels right for you. Is it to hold on and to fix something, or is it to move forward and let something go? But it does also bring in this healing energy for you as well. And, so a real big connection with these moon cycles that we're heading into. One cycle leads into another. Just because we've got this lunar eclipse does not mean everything is going to happen or occur in one day. This does kind of last for a while with this energy. We're already feeling this throughout the month of March already, even a few weeks before we even hit this first eclipse. And the next one is, the solar eclipse is even bigger. So the next couple of weeks here for you could be very transformative for you, and you might find yourself lost in thought. So connect with your thoughts, connect with your intuition, connect with your heart space, and you will figure things out. All right. This can be you leading towards a fresh start, because again, that Saturn energy can bring about a closure of karmic cycles, patterns, habits, and behaviors. And this is where you're looking into the future for that fresh start, for a new way of doing things, a new way of seeing things, a new way of being, a new way of acting, a new way of communicating. We have dragon energy here for you, nice and fiery here. Send dragons to heal the world. So this can be your key here to connect with your fiery spirit. Dragons, they can bring some fire, some passion. They can bring out some fiery energy. So there could be a little bit of spiciness between you and another person. Dragons also bring protection, protective energy here as well. So no matter what your situation is, trust that you are guided and protected at all times, no matter what your situation, no matter what stage of life you're on. But this can be speaking to your inner dragon, your inner roar. Allow yourself to roar, allow yourself to shine. If you're not where you want to be, what can you do about it? If you're going through a tough time, resilience, dragons are resilient, right? So really connect with your inner power, your inner strength here. But yes, some of you might be called to work with dragons here in some way. And very interesting, because I'm not an expert in Chinese astrology or anything like that, but in the Chinese zodiac here, we are in the year of the dragon, wood dragon, right? So down to earth and practical energy, but also this fiery dragon energy, very mystical, very magical, and very powerful in its energy. So you might be called to here to not just embrace your inner dragon, but also maybe to work with dragon spirit energy in some way. That might be something that you're drawn to. But remember your inner power, your inner strength, your inner roar. Okay, and so whatever your situation is, you can power through. I'm going to leave that there for you folks. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like, share, subscribe. I hope you have a fantastic eclipse. Stay tuned for your solar eclipse reading as well. And also check out the link down below, because I have linked your lunar eclipse in Libra energy from October of 2023. So you might want to check that out for a refresher. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hello there, Virgo, and welcome to your lunar eclipse reading. So this is happening in your second astrological house, ruled by Venus, okay? And this has to do with your money, your property, your assets, your income, how you make it, how you spend it, what you own, what you sell, what you buy. So this can be a really great time for you here to let go of old spending habits. Perhaps some of you are really looking to the future and thinking, how can I make more money, or how can I make my money work for me instead of me working so hard for my money? And you just might be discovering the opportunities, the open doors to make those things happen. We also do have Saturn and Venus. You get a double dose of Venus here. It's really really quite sweet. But you've got Saturn and Venus in your 7th house, ruled by Venus and Libra, and this is all about your relationships, your partnerships with other people. So this can be a really powerful time for you to solidify your partnerships with companies, with businesses, with your positions where you work, your career path. This can be where you have some changing dynamics within a romantic relationship here as well. With your 7th house and your 2nd house, both Venus energy here, there could be something changing. Maybe you're moving in with your significant other, or you're sharing resources at this time. One or both of you might be making some more money at this time, or having some career changes. You might be joining forces in regards to your money, and this can actually make you more prosperous as well. Maybe instead of paying 2 rents, you pay 1 rent. You split the bills, and all of a sudden it's like you've doubled your paycheck because now your expenses are cut in half. So you could be having surprise engagements. You can be moving in. Some of you are getting married at this time. And maybe you might have a little bit of a windfall here also. But if you are single, you could be meeting new people. If you're looking for a career change, this can be a new job or an improvement in your earnings. So a promotion, a raise, that kind of thing can come in, and it may not necessarily just be you. It could be another person that is involved there. So balance, health, harmony, prosperity, growth, all these kinds of things are coming in here for you guys. And of course, if you are looking to make some more money, or if you are really focused on your relationships, of course, eclipses can make things happen and bring things to fruition for you, but it can also represent that we do need to leave something behind to find something better. And so, yes, this can bring endings and can possibly bring surprising endings here as well. So anything goes with eclipses, and it just really depends on your personal circumstances. Chances are your intuition is already telling you what's going on. We have surrender energy here for you. So the message here is that there might be some fated events going on. Eclipses do bring fated events. There might be some things going on that are beyond your control. The wheels have already been set in motion, and we need to allow something to play out. And the best thing that we can do is take a step back and not resist. So that can sometimes be the key to success, or that can just be the key to allowing things to unfold exactly how they're meant to. Resistance may not necessarily work for you. So when we allow, we open, we're receiving, right? And even if we're not receiving something, we are still in the flow of things, and things, even if they're challenging, become easier to deal with. Surrender also represents that you may need to let something go in order to find your better way forward for your future. So change is inevitable, and sometimes we can orchestrate change ourselves, and sometimes it's beyond our control. So there's something else externally already going on. Whatever it is, you may need to let something go to set yourself free for that better tomorrow. All right. But really, Spirit really wants you to step into the flow. And as we speak of stepping into the flow, we've got the 6 of Swords coming out there for you, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. Okay. So this is a reminder for you to stay focused on where you want to get to. If you need to resolve something, focus on that. If you need to move forward and depart a situation, Spirit really wants you to believe in yourself and trust that you're guided and protected every step of the way, and that change is sometimes necessary for personal growth, or for growth in any level. We do sometimes feel like we take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or maybe 1 step forward and 5 steps back. But trust in your journey, trust in where you're going, trust in what's happening around you, or what you are inspired or inclined to do. The 6 of Swords is a rite of passage. So it's understanding those life lessons, or overcoming challenges and obstacles that we're meant to overcome. Some of you are recognizing that you're breaking free out of an energy, that there's been something here that's been a little bit difficult, but you're also recognizing that smooth sailing ahead. So calmer times ahead for you here. This too shall pass is sometimes the message here with the Six of Swords, right? Is that yes, we're in trouble now, or we've got turbulence now, or things are uncertain now, but they're getting better. All we need to do is focus on the future, focus on overcoming, focus on finding compromise and a peaceful resolution, and we can really make some wonderful things happen for us. Communication on some level may actually be the key to resolving differences or getting yourselves back on track. We do have the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles is not a negative card, right? Four of Pentacles is about being grounded, feeling solid, feeling stable, feeling secure, trusting that we've built a good, strong, solid foundation in our lives, and we need to trust that there's more to come. There's more happiness and joy and abundance and prosperity to come in our lives. But the Four of Pentacles can represent that you just want some stability in your life. And with the energies coming out here, part of finding stability is to let your guard down or to be in the flow, because the Nine of Wands, even though it is an energy of persevering, it is an energy of completion, of closure, it's also one where we sometimes have our guard up. Okay. And so in this energy, we do sometimes need to let our guard down, or we do need to recognize the difference between boundaries and walls. Okay. So if you built up some walls somewhere, you are being asked in this energy to surrender and let them down a little bit. Okay. And allow things to happen in your world, or allow some positive vibes to come in. The Nine of Wands does show, though, that, you know, if you've been going through a challenging time, that this is where things are shifting for you, bringing in a little bit more calm and peace and stability into your world. So, you know, we need to look for the positives and we need to give thanks so that we get more things to be thankful for. All right. But with this energy coming in, I do feel like there's some positive strides ahead for you. Now, if you are one of the people who may need to leave a situation, depart something, take the time to heal. The Nine of Wands can be the wounded warrior, right? So we battle through, we keep on going, right? And, you know, sometimes we hop from one situation into another. We do need to take the time to heal, and the full moon does bring in a healing element. So this can be where you are healing on your own personal journey, or you could actually heal something with another person. Okay. But I do feel like for some of you, especially if you are single, maybe you've been focused on your career and you might have some traction or some things that have been successful there. And now the healing energy is coming in to help you open your heart so that you can set yourself up to welcome in new connections, new friends, new loves into your life, right? So we got to take care of the wounds that we have. And this is part of the energy that comes in with this lunation for you. So this can be really positive for you. All right. And this can make you feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more secure. But in this energy with the Four of Pentacles there as well, we do need to open up. Okay, because sometimes we can be a little protective, a little bit closed off. Sometimes that Nine of Wands is there as well. And Spirit says here with the Six of Swords, because it is a card of protection and guidance. And Spirit is saying here with this energy that you are always guided and protected. Okay, so be open, surrender, right? Surrender, release. Let go, go with the flow, Six of Swords, be in the flow, all right? And just trust in your journey. Trust in things that are happening. They're always for your best and highest good. Even if a door is closing, there's another one set to open. And even if there's changes happening that maybe you're not prepared for or don't want, okay? Or maybe you know that need to happen, but it's still a little bit challenging, right? Change is inevitable. It's part of life. And when we embrace the change, when we're in that flow, things get a lot easier. We have the economy coming in here for you. How fitting, considering that this is with your second house, right? And your relationship perhaps to money. The economy, trust your needs will be met. There's a lot of different ways that we can make money. The economy is changing. Yes. It's inevitable. Yes. There is new pathways, new doors opening to make money in different ways, and you can be part of that. Okay, so perhaps you have creative projects, creative inclinations here. Maybe you want to start your own business. Perhaps a part of your ability to make money or grow your money may have to do with the internet, right? So this is really saying that number one, trust your needs will be met, right? Surrender, let go, go with the flow, be open to opportunities or change, but trust. Four of Pentacles, trust that you have the ability to have more abundance and prosperity in your life. We need to be open to it, right? But the economy is also shifting and changing. So you could be finding new ways to make more money, or to make your money work for you rather than you working so hard for that. All right. So this can be an indicator that you might have some innovative ideas, or there could be something a little bit outside the norm, a little bit unconventional that may be out there for you that can bring you some material wealth and growth. So keep an open mind. I'm going to leave all that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. So please like, share, subscribe. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Hello there, Libra, the star of the show. Let's have a look and see what your full moon lunar eclipse is for you guys in your sign. Now, of course, this is happening in your first astrological house, and we also have sixth house energy at play for you guys. So in this energy here, we could really be expanding your horizons, thinking about where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What's been holding you back? Maybe you're even facing some fears at this time. You could be focused on your own personal goals and dreams. And, you know, if there's maybe some relationships in your life that are holding you back from achieving the greatness that you strive to seek out, then you could be really letting them go at this time as well. So there could be some shifting energy here in your relationships, in your world. So we have here in your energy here right now, we've got the hunger moon coming in here. So there's something you want, there's something you desire. There may even be something missing in your life when we're hungry, right? We need nourishment, we need growth, we need food, we need opportunities, right? So this can be really something that's driving you forward. And so whether this is some change that you're looking for in your life, maybe you're just looking to enhance your appearance. Maybe you want to feel a little bit better about yourself. And sometimes this is what we do. We get a haircut. We get a new wardrobe, or we spruce up our environment a little bit. And this makes us feel a little bit more whole, a little bit more put together, shall we say, in this energy. But whatever it is you're hungry for, whatever it is you desire, this is really the energy here where you're setting yourself up. Things are aligning for you to make your dreams and your goals come true. You could even be switching up your approach to life as well. So really embrace your personal power of this moon, of this eclipse, to eclipse things out of your life that aren't working for you or that are holding you back, shutting down patterns, habits, behaviors, and embrace some new energy and eclipse some new things into your life. So we have the Hanged Man energy, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got the Three of Swords. So there is a healing element that's coming in here. So this is a really important opportunity for you to recognize where you have had disappointments, lack, or loss in your life, to engage with your heart space, and to really find the personal power and strength to let things go, to heal, to release, to forgive, because sometimes we do have those little setbacks, and sometimes we hold on to energy. And as we do have the eclipse energy here with that full moon, this is bringing about some shadow energy here. This is bringing something to light, and this can be where you really get in some clarity and insights. But again, it's a big healing energy here. The Hanged Man that is also here for you is about surrender, sacrifice, release, and letting go, stepping into the flow of things, opening your mind, seeing things from a different perspective, seeing the big picture. And this is where we get clarity and enlightenment. So where we may feel as though we've been chained, we've been trapped, we've been stuck, we've been stagnant, we've been feeling as like nothing is moving forward, this is bringing you the clarity and insight to see what that might be, what that means to you. Is it something internal, something with yourself? Is it something with relationships with other people on some level? Maybe it's even a lack of knowing what it is that I want. What do I want? Where do I see myself headed? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? What do I want to change? So in this energy here, the Hanged Man slows things down a little bit and encourages you to take that step back, to connect with you, with your higher self, with your energy, to quiet your conscious mind and let the energies, the insights flow. And it's not always the easiest thing to quiet our conscious mind, but you've got this big energetic boost to help you along your journey, along your way. Because ultimately things are changing, things are shifting, and things are expanding for you. We do have the Wheel of Fortune here. Now, the Wheel of Fortune can indicate a new karmic cycle in your life, one of good luck and success and good fortune. So, where we do have that Saturn conjunction with Venus energy, this is happening in your 6th house. So healing, well-being, focusing on your day-to-day routines, the things that you do, the habits that you have, right? Are they good? Are they bad, right? So this does bring in a big focus on health, happiness, and well-being for yourself, and a real kind of maybe switch up in your daily routine here for something that's a little bit better. So it's almost like you're shattering old patterns, right? You're shattering old belief systems here, and you're welcoming in something a lot more positive, a lot more expansive, and a lot more beneficial to you. The Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter, so Jupiter is bringing you something at this eclipse. Whether it's bringing you insights, whether it's bringing you healing, whether it's bringing you a little bit of luck and maybe some good fortune, right? We are certainly entering this energy of expansion and growth and opportunity, and some magical things here. So really embrace this energy here for you to grow and to move forward in the absolute best of ways. So it's always very impactful whenever you have not just a lunation in your sign, but also an eclipse as well. And remember, we can eclipse things into our life, but we can also eclipse things out of our life so that we can move forward and head forward into that Aries solar eclipse that we're going to have in a couple of weeks, and to really be ready for action, right? Ready for the start of an astrological new year. Yes, let's go. So we also have here animals coming in here. Honor the animal kingdom. So number one, watch for the signs, okay? Because some of you may be seeing some sort of signs. Maybe you've been seeing them for a while, but you may also see them around this eclipse. And animals of all kinds. So this could be an eagle soaring overhead. This can be a butterfly, dancing on the windshield of your car. And you're like, hey, how come you're there? You shouldn't be in the middle of traffic on my windshield, but yet there you are. Dragonflies, ladybugs, perhaps you see some other animals or insects in the animal kingdom there. And they can mean something, especially when they are somewhere a little bit weird, somewhere out of the blue, and because they're carrying a message for you, so they're where you least expect. And again, maybe you're sitting in the middle of 6 lanes of traffic on your way home from work, and there's a butterfly fluttering on your windshield, and it's like, why are you here? It's just something there, right? So if it feels like a coincidence or something strange, it's to get your attention. All right. Now, the animal energy is very interesting because we do have your 6th house energy can have to do with pets. So perhaps some of you are encouraged here to follow some sort of life path that does have to do with animals, maybe an animal trainer. Perhaps you're called upon to give back to your community, so maybe you volunteer in an animal shelter. Some of you might be getting a pet at this time as well. And of course, the 6th house energy, this is where something can come to fruition for you there in that house in a positive way. So this can also bring in some healing if you have lost a pet. This might be where you are opening your heart to getting another one. And sometimes we do need that little extra time to heal, especially if we've had a pet in our lives that has really, really kind of latched onto our heart, right? So some of you could be opening up to the possibilities of getting a new one if you've been grieving an old one. All right. But connecting with animals in multitudes of ways can really benefit you, whether it's in your physical world or whether it's in the spiritual world here for you. You might also be shown the path, shown the way. What is your spirit animal? What is your guide there? And this can be where you kind of get some little bit of mystical and magical messages coming in there for you. I'm going to leave all that there for you, Libra. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like, share, subscribe, all of that great stuff. I hope you have a wonderful eclipse, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Scorpio, welcome to your lunar eclipse in Libra reading. This is happening in your 12th astrological house. Woo! Okay, there might be some big things coming to an end here or coming to fruition, depending on what you've got going on. The 12th house is ruled by Pisces and Neptune, so there could be some secrets that come to light, something that may be revealed to you or you might be revealing to the world at this time. The 12th house has to do with your karma, so you could be coming to the end of a karmic cycle, a successful one, hopefully at that. And this can have to do with your dreams. It's a very spiritual energy here as well, very spiritual, psychological. So you could be gaining some spiritual insights. You could be getting some epiphanies at this time. You might really be feeling a little bit of mystical, magical energy at this full moon. But this also does have to do with what is hidden. And so in the energy of what is hidden, okay, you could be doing a little bit of shadow work, some healing, right? And you could also be maybe kind of, I don't know, embracing a little bit of magic within you to make some dreams and goals come true, because we do have some wonderful energy here of the 5th house. Now, Saturn and Venus are conjunct in your 5th house, and this is ruled by the Sun and Leo. So it's almost like you might be feeling a little bit of a tug. Okay, because the 12th house, we tend to go within, we tend to be a little bit private, and in our 5th house, we tend to be very much engaged in fun and pleasure and joy and creative projects and endeavors and love and romance. We're having fun. We're getting ourselves out there. So it's like you might have a little bit of a conundrum on your hands, but it's not that much. It's not that bad of one, right? It's like, things could be worse. So it can be where, you want to get out there, you're getting invitations, you might be feeling more sociable, but there's also this need to be quiet and be still with that 12th house energy. So you might need to find a balance between the two, Libra energy, finding a balance. Okay, you might need to do that. You might need to make a conscious effort to put aside some time for yourself to have a little bit of alone time while also getting out and having fun. Now, this can be a very playful energy for you, right? With this 5th house energy coming in. So this can be a time where maybe you are making a little bit more room for some more fun and love and laughter in your life in some way. Maybe you're making a little bit more room in your world for creative projects and endeavors. Now, for some of you here, perhaps your way of being creative is by sprucing up your house a little bit. And, so instead of you going out, maybe you invite people in to help you out, or maybe you have like a paint party or something like that with some people. But this can be a very positive, very playful, very optimistic kind of full moon for you. But yes, don't forget, we do have this 12th house for you there. So there's a little bit of mystery in the air for you guys. We have focus energy here. We've got a butterfly coming in there symbolizing a metamorphosis, a transformation, changes here for you. The focus energy is about focusing on what you want, focusing on your goals, your dreams, focus on what you want to create in your life, focus on where you need more balance and harmony in your world. But I feel like there's a little bit of clarity coming in here for you with this. So do find that little bit of quiet space for yourself, just to quiet your conscious mind, just to connect and step into the flow of energy. You might get some really deep insights. I think you might be gaining some wisdom at this moon, at this lunation as well. And this can really help you to release help you transform and help you move forward. But this is this big spiritual transformation that can be coming in here for you at this time as well. Very 12th house in its energy here. So this can be where you maybe recognize some signs, maybe you are recognizing some guidance, but you might be getting a lot of signs at this time, whether they are butterflies, maybe repeating numbers. It could come through the power of your dreams. Okay, if something catches your attention, catches your eye, don't just dismiss something as a coincidence because it caught your eye for a reason. So take that step back and think about, if you see repeating numbers, maybe you see a whole bunch of 5s, maybe you see 12, 12, maybe you see this is card 14, so maybe you see 14s, 1s, and 4s, whatever it is that you see that catches your eye, just stop for a minute. What were you thinking? What were you doing? Where were your thoughts? Where were your emotions? Where was your energy at that time? What were you doing? Because recognizing those things can help you put the puzzle piece together as to what that sign, that symbol means for you in that moment. It can really help you unlock some deep insights there. So focus is the key, but open your mind and be ready for some changes, because 12th house, end of a cycle, you're ready to step into a new one. We have the 6 of Wands here for you, the 7 of Wands, and we have the 10 of Wands. So I do feel like here your journey to success has not been without its trials and tribulations, but you have the power within to achieve what you set out to achieve. The 6 of Wands is a really positive card. It's one of stepping into the spotlight. It's one of being successful, being recognized for a job well done, being recognized for your achievements. It's one of putting yourself out in the world and reaping the rewards. It's one of overcoming challenges and obstacles. The 7 of Wands here is a positive card also. It's one of stepping into your personal power, being confident, facing things head on, not letting anything derail you. And the 10 of Wands, same, is similar kind of thing, right? It shows you that no matter what happens in your life, no matter where you've been, no matter what challenges you face, you continue to persevere. One foot in front of the other is the way forward to achieve your goals, your dreams. Now, for some of you here, this is Spirit really giving you a big pat on the back with this 12th house energy, saying, yes, you have had some accomplishments. You have had opportunities here and instances where you've had to stand up for yourself, where you've had to draw the line in sand, where you've had to, really just face issues head on, but you don't run from a challenge, right? You deal with things. Maybe sometimes you feel like you want to give up, but you don't. That 10 of Wands, you persevere and you see things through to completion. So this can be the end of a fairly challenging cycle for some of you. You had successes, you've had some challenges, you've gained strength and wisdom and insight here, and here you are at the end of the line, at the end of the road. 12th house energy. Get ready to open yourself up to new experiences, new opportunities, right? And a lot of personal growth here also. I feel like here some of you are clearing out some blocks and obstacles at this time as well with this 12th house energy. It's going to be a really important time for you to do some cord cutting rituals, things like that. Maybe it's candle work, maybe it's meditation for you, whatever that happens to be. This can be an important time for you here as well. But I'm also getting a message here for you that you do need to go be a little bit more cautious as you head into the next cycle. And this might be what you're recognizing as well, is that with the 10 of Wands energy, you may tend to take on responsibilities that aren't necessarily yours. You're carrying a burden. You're carrying responsibilities that maybe you don't need to carry. And with this Libra energy that's here with this eclipse, this is saying, what do I need to eclipse out of my life? What do I need to change in order for me to get back to the 6 of Wands energy and feel like I can conquer the world, get into the 7 of Wands energy that I feel like no matter No matter what happens in my life, I've got this. I've got this in the bag. I can overcome anything instead of feeling defeated and tired and run down, run ragged and overwhelmed with the 10 of Wands energy. Where do I need to put up boundaries? 7 of Wands. This can be where you really do stand in your personal power. You say, no, this is how much I'm willing to take on. You need to do your end of the bargain. You need to take on your responsibilities. And this does happen in relationships. It can happen in your work life. It can happen in your personal life, right? Where, sometimes it's just that energy of, you know what, I just may as well do it myself. It'll be faster. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but at what cost? With the 10 of Wands, right? Or, you know what, don't worry about it. I can do it better. Maybe it's not what you say out loud, but it might be the internal energy, right? But you have to allow people to take on their responsibility. You can't to carry this weight, this burden with the 10 of Wands forever. So the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Wands are really encouraging you here in this energy to recognize where that line in the sand needs to be. To recognize that even though you're capable, 10 of Wands, of carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, of taking on a heavy workload or great responsibility, right? You don't need to. Where do you need to delegate authority? Where do you need to delegate responsibility? And where do you need to say no? So you could be really gaining those deep insights here. So little pearls of life wisdom that come in there for you, right? You might be really recognizing that just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? Just because you're capable doesn't mean you have to. So this can be where you are really going to be experiencing some big shifts in how you deal with people and relationships and responsibilities in your life. And what does this do? Gives you more time for creative projects, for fun, for joy, 5th house energy, for pleasure, right? Rather than always feeling like you got a monkey on your back weighing you down. Big life lesson I feel there for you guys, for some of you, all right? Remember, one day at a time, one step at a time. The world wasn't created in a day, and you're not going to, necessarily change things around in one particular day. Just take those little baby steps. We have here as well, leisure and sport, participate and have fun. Well, would you look at that, okay? Repeating messages coming in here, very 5th house energy. Where do you want to have more time and energy for fun, for exercise, right? For socialization, for getting yourself out there. You're being very encouraged here to embrace more love, laughter, joy, fun, happiness, romance, and physical activity in your life to participate, to get yourself out into the world, right? Because this is heavy energy here. We don't want that, right? We want you to have that time. Life is meant to be, even if we're carrying big karmic contracts and things like that, big purpose of our life, sometimes we're not. And sometimes we need to remember that part of being human is also having fun while we do things as well. So it's all about that balance. And when things are not in balance, we end up in this 10 of Wands energy, and we don't want to live there. It's fine for temporary. It's fine if we got some personal goal that we've been working towards, but we don't want to live in that energy. It's not good for anyone, and it's definitely not good for you. So think about how you can embrace, how you can incorporate more fun, more activity, and more socialization, participation in your world. You will be rewarded for that in a million ways. Those are your messages there, Scorpio. I thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful eclipse. I will see you guys on the solar eclipse in Aries one that's coming up. And in the meantime, have a good one. See you later. Bye. Hello there, Sagittarius. Let's have a look and see what messages are coming out for you guys in this lunar eclipse. This is happening in your 11th astrological house, ruled by Uranus and Aquarius. So there is a big kind of breaking free energy, freedom from restriction, freedom from obligations maybe, or the freedom to do what you want. So you might be looking towards the future and saying to yourself, where can I find more balance and harmony in my life? What do I need to release and let go of so that I can have some more fun in my life, or that I can connect with people in a different way? The 11th house has to do with society, charity, the groups, the memberships that you belong belong to. It's a very humanitarian energy and that Aquarian energy. So perhaps you're looking for new ways to give back to your community, give back to the planet in some way. This can be where maybe you want to engage in some charitable work, and that can look a little bit different for everybody. It can be about helping out a neighbor. Maybe someone's going through a rough time. You make them a casserole, right? That's giving back. That's helping. That's, a little bit of charity, right? Just a little bit of love that you're spreading out into the world. It can be donations of money, or, we can give charity, we can give back to the world, we can make the world a little bit better of a place in the small ways. The small ways lead up to big ways, right? Everything adds up. The 11th house has to do with your wishes and your dreams as well. So you could have a wish fulfilled at this time. But you could also be thinking about the future, very futuristic in this energy. And you could be looking out the future and saying, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? What do I wish for at this time? And what is holding me back, right? The full moon is about releasing things that are keeping you stagnant and stuck. But we have Saturn and Venus in your 4th astrological house here, and this is the 4th house ruled by Cancer. So it's very connected with the lunar cycles here. But your 4th house has to do with your house, your home, your private life. This has to do with your parents, your family, your children, or your childhood. So you could be breaking free from some patterns and belief systems that were forged when you were young. This can be where there might be something, a surprise happening within your family unit. It can focus on children and family. Maybe someone has a birth announcement. Maybe someone's getting engaged, getting married. It might be you. It might just be someone in your environment there. You could be feeling a little bit more social at this full moon, but also, maybe a little bit more social in your home. So you might be inviting people into your home, whether it's to stay with you or whether it's just to hang out, right? Maybe have a party, that kind of thing, right? So you might be, feeling a little bit more social, but your home environment is involved in some way there. I do feel here in this energy as well, though, that, because we can eclipse things out of our life as well as make room for the new. I do feel here, because we have the 11th house, that does have to do with some technology. It has to do with social media, that kind of thing. You could be changing on how you engage in the world outside of you, right? Your public world here, because the 4th house is very private, behind closed doors, right? And very quiet energy, very reflective, very calm, with that, and very nurturing with that Cancerian energy there. And with the 11th house representing the social energy here, I do feel that some of you are changing what kind of like Facebook groups and things like that you belong to. Maybe they're not in alignment with who you are or what you want anymore. Perhaps a group that you belong to started out good and now has turned kind of toxic a little bit. So you could be letting go of some of those social media connections, that kind of thing. You could even be finding that you're putting the phone down a little bit more. And when you're at home, maybe you're embracing some new rules about technology at home. So no phones at the dinner table, or limiting screen time with your children. It's like, no, you know what? Be like we were in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s even, right? Go outside and play or read a book, that kind of thing. So there could be, some things that are shifting involving that energy between your technology and your home in some way. Some of you could actually even be buying a new gadget at this time also. But we have the energy of creation coming in here for you guys. So very creative energy with this. So to create the life that you want, yes, but you might also be finding new sources of inspiration and creativity there for yourself. So especially with your home energy and Venus being parked there, you could be taking maybe some practical steps, Saturn, practical steps with your home to beautify your environment. So planting a garden, but maybe you don't just plant flowers. If you do plant flowers, maybe it's ones that attract honeybees or ones that attract butterflies, or feed the hummingbirds, right? Or you could be planting plants that nourish you, that can feed you. So a herb garden, perhaps, or a vegetable plot, that kind of thing. So you could be doing practical measures to beautify your home. You might also be saying, well, you know what? I can't redecorate everything in my home, but I can change the paint color relatively cheap, inexpensive way to spruce up your environment and change it around. It can feel like a whole new place. So you might be looking to do some positive changes around your house, but in a very practical way. So something where, your money is well spent and you don't regret spending the money, right? Because you get some happiness and some beauty out of it in some way. So this can be ways that you're being creative at this time. But whatever it is for you, you might be gaining connections there with a group of like-minded people. So maybe you want to learn to cook or to bake, or, and this is where on social media, you might be able to find some very helpful people who have experience or share ideas. We've got the Magician coming in there for you guys. Not too shabby in that one. We like the Magician. Talk about creation. We've got the Empress, Venus energy, and more creative energy there for you. And the King of Pentacles. Well, isn't that rewarding? And that pays off. Abundance, prosperity, money, stability, security, resources that you need to get things done. Taking a practical approach at things and being successful at it. With the Magician coming in here, this is your ability to focus on what you want and to create and manifest something into your reality, whatever that looks like to you. But you have the power to manifest, you have the power to change, you have the power to start something new or attract things into your world. Very beautiful energy that's there. So infinite potential, infinite abundance is what you can attract to you right now. Got the Empress there also. So the Empress is ruled by Venus. This brings you new beginnings. This brings you new projects. This brings you those creative energies that you're looking for, but it can also bring something to fruition for you with this energy. And with the King of Pentacles, you could be having some success in your home, in your business, something to do with your wishes. The 11th house where this eclipse is occurring does have to do with your wishes. So this is your power to make your wishes come true, or you could have something coming to fruition for you at this time. It can be something as simple as a door opening for you, or for some of you, it could be a windfall, something you've been working hard to create. This is where something can pay off for you. The King of Pentacles can be your energy. You're on top of the world. You're successful. You're solid. You're stable. You're abundant. You are, just like a powerhouse here in this energy. And I feel like there's something here for some of you that you've been diligently working towards the successful completion of a goal, and this might be where things pay off for you. This can be also where you are perhaps connecting with people in a very positive way that can bring you something, or that can enhance your world in a positive way. The King of Pentacles can be somebody who you meet, or someone who you talk to about. Maybe you gain some information, maybe they have some advice for you, or maybe that's someone that you can partner up with. This can represent a company, a boss. This can represent career energy coming in here, maybe even purchasing something here, right, to beautify your home, something that you want to create with the Magician here. And with the King of Pentacles, we're actually being fairly practical, but you might be spending your money on something there. So this can be really, really interesting energy coming in here. Lots of resources, lots of perhaps possibly helpful people here for you. But I think also reaping the rewards, reaping something that you have sown, and setting yourself up for future success as well. Be on the lookout for new people, new connections. Some of you in the King of Pentacles energy could actually have a higher level of commitment coming in here with a personal relationship as well. And this is, something that can really be beneficial for you, a long-term stable commitment there, possibly with a romantic partner, right? Or maybe you find that job that you are looking for that is in alignment with your wishes and goals. Whatever it is, we got some prosperity, abundance, success, stability, happiness, joy, and possibly some new beginnings here for you guys. So get excited and recognize your unlimited potential to create the life that you want, whatever that happens to be for you. So let's get some insights into your future paved with gold. We've got health and healing there for you. Tune into your divine blueprint. So in this energy, focus on yourself, practice a little bit of self-love, self-care. The Empress can represent love and romance, but it can also represent some self-love and self-care. So remember, whatever it is that you've got going on, okay, take care of your own needs, your own energy. Don't forget that. Sometimes if we're on a path towards creating something, we do forget to take a little bit of time off. And so recognize that. But tune into your divine blueprint here. It feels like there is a big shift in your energy here, bringing in some healing, restoring some optimism in your world here. Some of you here with this energy, it's very interesting because this is card number 14. This eclipse is happening in your 11th house, 1, and your 4th house, 4. So 1s and 4s. 1s are about new beginnings, about taking initiative, taking action. They're also about taking the next step, the next stage of something. 4s bring stability and security, planting roots, developing a good, strong foundation there for you. And 14 is related back to the Temperance card, which is bringing you in some healing and some balance, and also bringing you in some alchemy, turning a negative into a positive, turning pain and sorrow into wisdom and growth, right? Those kind of things, turning nothing into something, manifesting things out of thin air, but also trusting your guidance. So we've got some very interesting connections here with your cards that are coming out to this eclipse energy. So you do have this big energy of healing coming in. Some of you are coming into alignment with your soul's purpose here, and perhaps King of Pentacles with the Magician and the Empress, part of your life purpose. Maybe you are wanting to step into a career path where you can give back to others, help other people, right? That's very 11th house in its energy. How can I be of service? How can I help other people? How can I give back? And so whether it's a career path or whether you're donating time or money or resources, right? This is, you can give back to the world. You can help other people heal. And maybe even on the path to your own personal healing is where you can gain wisdom and insight to help other people who may be experiencing the same kind of things through your life that you are. You're a healer, you're a leader, you're a guide for other people. So welcome to, for some of you here, welcome to the recognition of your soul's purpose. Okay, so some really big shifting energy here for some of you, and maybe those doors opening for you as well. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like, share, subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful lunar eclipse. Stay tuned for the solar eclipse readings as well. And I've also linked down below your solar eclipse in Libra reading that was from October of 2023. So good luck in this eclipse. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hello there, Capricorn. Let's have a look and see what we've got with this lunar eclipse for you guys. This is happening in your 10th house of your career, your public image, your fame, your fortune, your status, your reputations. This can be a really great energy for you guys. You could be having something really positive happen on your career path, okay? Or you're recognizing what changes you need to make to get yourself to where you want to go. It's a very vibrant energy coming in here for you, and yeah, you could be getting some public recognition. If you are looking for a new job or anything like that, this can be where things can really turn around for you. You might be recognizing that, yep, I got to get myself out of this situation. I don't have any more room for growth. I'm not going to make any more money. I'm not appreciated. And this can be a really big turning point for for you to make some decisions to find something new, right? Remember, we can eclipse things out of our life so that we can move forward and welcome in something a little bit better. So this can be really bright and shiny for you, really setting you on your path to success or bringing success to you. The third house is where we have Saturn, which is your ruler, and Venus. So you could be having some really positive communication at this time. You could be having some very important deep insights into things that you're thinking about. So if you're pausing, you're reflecting on things, you're maybe looking back on your year or looking towards the future, and this is where you are really considering maybe making some change or even starting a new path. Communication could get better at this time as well. This can be very positive for you to put a resume together or possibly even to set up some interviews for yourself. And I would probably do that. Maybe not right on eclipse day. Okay, just a word to the wise. Okay, yeah, we can get some magic and we can get some unexpected things happening, but some of you could be getting good news on that day. But if you're setting up some interviews, maybe wait a couple of days until after the eclipse, but this could potentially bring you something quite positive. Now, you might also, just a word to the wise, you might have some issues with your technology. So just make sure that you pay attention to your spam folder. Make sure that you recognize that if something that you get on some sort of message, especially unsolicited, if something seems too good to be true, then it probably is. So make sure you really engage in some practical energy and approaches to understanding the truth behind some messages. And there's a lot of scammers out there these days. A lot of messages really do look legitimate. But remember, if you didn't enter a contest, you probably didn't win one. If you don't deal with a certain bank, they don't have money for you. And the IRS is likely not going to send you some sort of text message telling you that you have some sort of refund headed your way. So the tax man doesn't typically communicate via text, and they don't always have money back for you either. So just be very aware of that kind of thing. Okay, but some of you could be moving to a new neighborhood. You could have an uptick, an increase in your social life, but you could also be changing who you engage with on a social level as well. Because remember, we could be experiencing a close, an end to something to welcome in something new. So you might be feeling like your social life is changing, or who you connect with is changing as well. We have extremes coming in here for you guys, hot moon. So with the extremes energy, beware of emotions. Full moons themselves do tend to be emotional and slightly unpredictable. Ask any kind of first responder or hospital worker or anything like that. They always know when there's a full moon. There's all sorts of weird stuff that goes on. And lunar eclipses, or eclipse of any kind, actually brings kind of the interesting out of the woodwork. All right. So just be aware of overheated tensions, emotions, things going to extremes. So if you do need to have an important conversation, maybe don't have it on the full moon. Maybe have it a couple days before, a couple days after, when you get some clarity or you get some insight. There might be people around you that you might be like, okay, what is happening? This is all kinds of weird. So you might be really wanting to just kind of take a step back out of those situations. So a little bit of discernment may be necessary, but we can use big, powerful, extreme energy to our advantage as well, to propel ourselves forward, to give us that energy boost to make some change or to let some things go, right? So you can use this to your advantage as well. Just make sure that you do recognize that there could be some extremes in energy. We have the 9 of Wands coming in there for you guys. Some restrictive energy. the Six of Swords, moving forward in a positive way. And we've got the Queen of Cups here also. So there could be some healing elements that are coming in here with the full moon, as there is anyway. The Nine of Swords can represent some sort of restriction in your life, right? Something that's causing you grief, anxiety, or you're feeling as though you can't move forward. But then we have a shift in energy with the Six of Swords. So if things have been a little bit challenging, a little bit troubling for you, there's a way forward. There's compromise, there's healing, there's understanding. So maybe in some level here, you are gaining insights and understanding about some life lessons, some rite of passage, some challenge that you have had to go through or that you will experience at this full moon. But it's like a catalyst moment, especially with the extremes energy here. It's a catalyst for you to clear the air, clear the path, and move forward in a better way. Because the Six of Swords is where we do have those life lessons. This is where we do experience turbulence in our life, trouble and strife, or stagnant, stuck energy. And this is where we move forward with peace and calm and forgiveness and healing. And we also find compromise, right? So if there's been some challenging communication, feel like you will be resolving some communication issues or communicating better. But the Six of Swords is also one of moving forward, leaving a situation behind and moving towards something better. So again, you could be having some shifts in your energy here, and this can have to do with how you feel about yourself. This can have to do with, you know, your face that you put out into the world, your reputation. You could be gaining some really positive traction there, but you could also be experiencing the changes in where you live, who you communicate with, who you connect with, or where you work. So, and this can move you on the path to something a lot better, brighter, shinier, and happier. But we also do have the Queen of Cups here. This can bring in some deep spiritual connections, some insights, okay, very much connected with the moon energy. So this can be fairly emotional, but this might actually be a really positive time for you in this lunation. This can be where you're feeling more connected with yourself, with your heart space, with your intuition, right? This can be where you can experience some really positive spiritual shifts or guidance, because the Six of Swords is also a card of protection, being guided and being protected and being shown the way. So pay attention to all kinds of signs, symbols, synchronicities. Connect with your heart space. Great time for you to step back out of maybe some overheated situations and engage in some meditation, right? Or work with crystals or do some candle work for yourself, right? So any kind of spiritual practice be really good for you right now. Connect with water in some way also. This can be cleansing and it can be healing, and water can also be very spiritual for you as well. So whether it's water in your shower, I don't know if I would make moon water in an eclipse. If you're inclined to do so, then more power to you. But because it does bring in some unpredictable energy with the eclipses, we kind of want some peaceful full moon energy when we make moon water, but to each his own. Do whatever floats your boat. All right. But yes, some really great spiritual insights may come in for you here at this moon. But the Queen of Cups does bring about healing, especially in relationships and of self, right? So this can be where we do experience a big cleanse and purge. And we move forward in a much more positive way. We feel healthier, we feel happier, and we feel like, you know, anything is possible. So open your heart there with that energy. You could be repairing situations, repairing a relationship here, or you could be letting something go with love, with kindness, and with caring. Not everything has to blow up or turn negative. Sometimes things run their course, right? Because we do have this moving forward energy. So you can either move forward on your own or take someone with you, depending on what your situation may happen to be. But otherwise, I do see that there is a lot more love and laughter and calm and peace in your future. So this is a really good thing. We like that, right? So let's see what other messages we have. And we've got intergalactic travel, regard the stars with wonders. So it's about moving forward, right? This is about travel. This is about following your goals and your dreams, and recognizing that there's a world of opportunities out there for you. Wish upon a star. at this time. Some of you may be really inclined to hear in this energy. Oh, and actually, you know what? I just noticed on this particular deck, look at all these stars in the background. Very nice. Look at all those in the background and how well you can see them. There's tons of them, right? The stars give you guidance. The stars maybe where some of you are feeling a connection from, the Pleiades perhaps, or maybe you, this is encouraging you to look at the stars or shoot for the stars. If you shoot for the stars, maybe you'll reach the stars. Maybe you'll only land on the moon, but at least you have reached for them. At least you've set those goals for yourself and believe that anything is possible, right? The star energy brings our connection to the universe, brings our connection to our wishes, our goals, and our dreams. And so this is your energy here, really guiding you to propel yourself forward. With that inspiration, with that hope, with that faith, and with that belief that anything is possible for you guys. But connect with the stars. Look up in the sky. Hopefully, wherever you happen to be, maybe you have an opportunity to see the eclipse. Not everyone can, right? But if you are lucky enough, then that's awesome. If not, at least just take an opportunity. Hopefully, it's clear skies for you, and look up at the stars. You never know what you might see. They're mystical, they're magical, they're wonderful. Maybe you'll see the man in the moon. Maybe you'll see a shooting star. It's just maybe you'll see something unexplainable. You just never know. Okay, the possibilities here are endless. All right, but feel that connection with the stars, with the galaxy, right? And trust in your ability to harness the power and the wonder that the universe has to offer. You are connected on a deep level, on a higher level, on a higher plane. It's that spiritual level there that we've got coming in for you guys. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. So please like, share, subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful eclipse. I will see you guys again on the solar eclipse reading, and I will also link your solar eclipse reading from October of 2023 when we had the new moon in Libra. I'll link that one down below for you as well. So I thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hello, Aquarius. So let's have a look and see what this full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra is bringing to you. This is happening in your 9th astrological house, and we also have a trine to Pluto for you guys. So this can be a really positive aspect for some change, for some growth. Perhaps there's a really big closure coming in here. It can have to do with karmic cycles. You could be gaining a little bit of power, taking back your personal power, or finding your way to freedom in some way. The 9th house is ruled by Jupiter and brings you something. Brings you wisdom, brings you clarity, brings you focus. With Saturn conjunct Jupiter in your 2nd house of money, of resources, of what you own and your worth. This can be bringing you some money. This can be bringing you some resources that you need. The 9th house rules the higher mind, rules learning, rules travel, and big ideas. So this can be where you find the resources, the money maybe that you need to turn your big ideas, your visions, your dreams into reality. This can be where if you have an opportunity to travel, this might be where you find the resources to be able to do that. It can come in the form of a gift. Maybe it's from a person. Maybe it's a little bit of luck with that Jupiterian energy in there. But whatever it is, you might find the way to make it happen. If you've been thinking of going back to school, 9th house energy, expansion of the mind. This might be where you are spending a little bit of money, but because we've got this Saturn energy, it's got a practical impact. So you're getting something back. So this can bring you some growth for the future. So if you've got career ambitions, you want to make some more money, perhaps you find that, you might have hit a glass ceiling and you're like, okay, I got to, enhance some education. here in order for me to make some more money. So, maybe you want to take a couple of managerial courses, right? Just something short and sweet, something that can give you a leg up, something that gives you a little notch in your career belt there, and this can enhance your earning potential. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to school for the next 4 years. It could be a month. It could be a couple of months, right? But I feel like here in this energy that if you do spend the money out there, that it will be money well spent because it serves a practical purpose and it sure serves growth for the future. So whatever you've got going on, we've got change, we've got growth, we've got some potential new beginnings. You might have a little bit of luck. You could have a little bit of money coming in, or you may be recognizing how you can make some more money, or maybe even your money can work for you. This can be really wonderful. But I also do feel like you're gaining deeper beliefs and insights. Some of your beliefs might be changing. You might be recognizing what belief systems are working for you and what has been holding you back. You could be breaking free from tradition here as well. And that's not surprising, is it, Aquarius? Okay. So you've got some really powerful energies really backing you up and helping you to move forward. And, if you've been feeling like you've been going around in circles, hold on to your hat, okay? Because you're going to get a real clear sense of direction. And we have full moon power coming in here for you guys. There you go. Look at that. Embrace your personal power, your power to manifest, your power to change, your power to attract things into your life, your power to release anything that is holding you back. You're feeling more confident, you're feeling more stable, you're feeling like anything goes, and you're feeling like really good in your own personal power. And this is really wonderful, Aquarius. It's really setting a really positive stage for the future for you. This is card number 16. So not only do you have full moon power, we've got associations to the Tower energy, revelations, insights. This is where we shed the old. We get rid of anything that's causing stagnation and blocks to make room for the new and improved in our life, whatever that looks like to you. So magnificent energy coming in, but I feel like there might be some surprise that's headed your way, because again, the 9th house is Jupiter. And we've got this Venus energy coming in. Venus rules the 2nd house, right? So I feel like something is coming your way. Jupiter is bringing you something into your world. It could just be information. It could be clarity, but it could be something in your physical world there as well, something that may cause you to celebrate. We have the 4 of Wands. There you go. There's some celebratory energy that's coming in there. It can also be some wishes. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Someone's bringing you something. Look at that. That's the kind of Knight of Pentacles that we want to see. And we have the 3 of Pentacles here as well. All right. So the 4 of Wands, this can represent your 1111 energy. Make a wish and see it come true. This can be where there is some sort of celebration at foot for you here. The 4 of Wands does bring us a stage of a next stage of commitment, a leveling up energy. It also does bring some success into our life, that we celebrate our abundance. And so you could have something coming to fruition for you at this time. You could have an invitation and offer an opportunity to go to some sort of social engagement here as well. It might involve travel with the 9th house, or someone could be coming to visit you, 3 of Pentacles, right? So there is this kind of teamwork, this collaborative energy, and multiple people that are coming in here. So this can be your opportunity to partner up with the right people to make some money. This can be where you do have some learning opportunities with the 3 of Pentacles. It is a very creative energy. It is one where we're paying attention to the details and we're seeing things come together. We're seeing some of the results of what we're working towards, but it is also an energy of teaching or learning. So you could actually be the teacher, the guide that leads other people, but you could also be seeking out some wisdom, guidance, and some information from someone else as well. With the Knight of Pentacles, you could potentially be paying out some money to learn something, and this will pay off for you. This can be where, you are making some strides here so that you can be the team leader. You can be the lead for other people. So again, maybe it's like some management courses or something, or this could be where you have your sights set. It's like, you know what? I think the way for me to make more money is to embrace my leadership skills and step into a managerial role. It's something that a lot of people strive towards. It's not always what it's cut out to be, but yes, it can bring you in some more money if that's what you're looking for. But look for helpful people around this time, or your ability to connect with new people perhaps here. But of course, we do have this Knight of Pentacles. This can be where your hard work, your dedication, your attention to detail, and your patience is paying off for you right now. This is also saying to you here, the Knight of Pentacles is facing the Four of Wands, which is often known as your 1111 card, right? Not always, but often, and especially at a full moon. So this can be where keep your options open, keep the door open, because there's something exciting headed your way. But also, if you're going to make any kind of wishes, maybe don't do it right on the lunar eclipse, because it can bring some unpredictable energy. And if whatever you manifest in your life, we want it to last. Okay. But this can be where, Spirit's reminding you we're in Aries season now when this eclipse occurs. And Aries is bringing us a solar eclipse, right? Setting the stage for our beginning of the year. So whatever intentions you're setting, whatever you're manifesting in your life, be patient. One foot in front of the other, one day at a time. You will get to where you need to get to. And this will help you recognize open doors and opportunities your way. But I think the Knight of Pentacles is bringing you something, bringing you opportunities, bringing you people, bringing good news, bringing a gift of some kind. And it might be money, it might be knowledge, it might be people, anything goes with the eclipse, right? We do have this surprising kind of energy that might come in there for you. All right. But whatever it is, it feels like exciting. It can even be something that can set you free. So big transformative energy that's coming in here. And remember, not everything happens right on the day of the eclipse. Okay. It's not a one and done energy. Okay. It's can unfold for some of you really quickly, and for some of you a little bit of patience. Knight of Pentacles can really pay off. We have illuminated masters in here for you guys. Be a spreader of love. So again, part of your soul's purpose, part of your path is to be that lead, that guide for other people. And the Three of Pentacles, yes, you could be learning something, but you could also be in that leadership energy, leading and guiding other people on their path. Maybe it's a path to enlightenment. Maybe it's creative projects and endeavors. Whatever it is, you are stepping into your personal power. And people gravitate towards you, and you have a lot of insight, a lot of wisdom to share, to give other people. So be the spreader of love, of light, of knowledge, right? In a positive way, right? For the good, right? Embrace the good energy. But with the illuminated masters here as well, I do feel that there is maybe a really huge opportunity for you to have some very deep spiritual insights, some growth. And because we do have the 9th house energy, which can open you up to learning the higher mind. And with the illuminated masters here, this can be where, if you were so inclined with this full moon energy, this can be your opportunity to open portals for deeper understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. Possibly work with the Akashic records. Maybe look at exploring your past life, that kind of thing. Do a little soul searching at this time as well, because there's a message, there's information, and there's insights there for you guys in a very deep, very profound way. All right. But we do need to try and make that space for that, make that time for that, quiet your conscious mind and open up your energy. So there's a lot of different ways you can connect with all of those things. You can do guided meditations, you can do some scrying, or maybe with the Three of Pentacles energy, you can get together with other people who are on a similar path as you. Maybe you can learn from them just as much as they can learn from you. So very interesting energy there, very powerful energy there for you guys. And you are experiencing a big spiritual shift, and that's part of what Pluto can bring in for you as well. I'll leave all that there for you, Aquarius. I hope there was something here for you. If so, like, share, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. How is this eclipse impacting you? Let us know in the comment section down below. Whatever your situation is, you're not alone. So I thank you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hello there, Pisces. Let's have a look and see what we've got for this lunar eclipse for you. This is happening in your 8th astrological house. Woo, okay. So eclipses can bring about endings. Your 8th house can bring about endings. Okay, so there could be something here that is coming to a close in your life here. It might be something expected, but because the 8th house has to do a little bit of mystery, some secrets, something hidden, this can be a bit of a surprise or a little bit of a shock to your system. By the same token, this can also bring you the new. So this can be a really wonderful, positive surprise here for you guys. It can have to do with yourself, your spiritual self, your energy, especially since we've got Saturn and Venus in your first astrological house. This can be where maybe some kind of secrets and skeletons come out of the closet a little bit for some of you. This can have to do with your money, inheritances, loans. So this can be where, if you have any joint resources, any money that you share with a person, right? You could be, perhaps a relationship might be changing and maybe you're moving in with a significant other and all of a sudden they reveal that they have these outstanding loans, this outstanding debt. This can be a little bit of a shock to the system. It's like, I wasn't quite expecting that. I need to process this information. But this could also be where you get some financial freedom. Maybe you pay off a loan. You could have an inheritance here as well, hopefully a living inheritance, but it may not be. But this can be where that is kind of coming in or transpiring for you as well. And big energy here with the 8th house ruled by Pluto. And Pluto does bring births, deaths, endings, new beginnings, transformation, evolution, growth. And this also does have to do with things that are mysterious or things that are hidden for you as well. It can also be, considering we have Libra energy here with the relationship energy, it can also be a little bit interesting for your intimate relationships. This can be where maybe you try something new or someone reveals, maybe it's you that has a revelation, but someone may reveal a fantasy, something that they want to try, maybe something a little bit outside the norm, or maybe something that's not super weird, but just something new, right? Just to spice things up a little bit. So that can be really kind of interesting for some of you there as well. But we also do have the first house energy for you here. So you could be finding the resources that you need to follow a personal goal. Some of you here could be changing your appearance. Some of you here could be beautifying yourself or your environment in some way with that Venus energy. And but you could also be kind of shifting and changing how you approach things in your life, how you approach people, or just how you approach life in general, and in a positive way, right? So you could be just kind of shifting things around. And of course, we are just right at the beginning of your astrological new year. And so you could be really focused on you, yourself, your personal goals, your dreams, where you want to go, what do you need to change, 8th house, to get yourself where you want to be. And you might be a little more inclined to take those steps to do that. We've got sovereignty coming in here with the Queen of the Moon. Okay, so you've got some great energy coming in here. The sovereignty energy is about self, believing in yourself. It's about acting on your own, doing things on your own, right? Being your own ruler, not letting anything or anyone else rule you. So for some of you, you are breaking free out of some stagnation here. You are breaking free from people or situations in your life that have been holding you back. You are embracing your own sovereignty, your own power, following your goals and your dreams. So very interesting energy coming in here for you. But I think that for some of you, you're gaining freedom, you're gaining space, and you are really stepping into a very powerful time for yourself to make your dreams and your goals come true. We've got the Queen of Cups here for you guys. The Knight of Cups. Wow. And we have Justice. Whew, very relationshipy energy, very Libran energy, but also justice is served. If there's been some injustices, justice is restored. You got some good karma coming your way here with this energy. For some of you, you are very much feeling very creative. You're feeling like you're going to follow your goals and your dreams. You're recognizing what makes you happy or what you need to do to restore happiness in your life. The Queen of Cups can really bring in some very deep spiritual insights and growth for you here. Really highlights your intuition and also your emotions. Can bring you in some peace, some happiness, some well-being. It can bring in some healing energy here for you with the Queen of Cups. But we also have the Knight of Cups here as well, which can be about seizing the moment, seizing an opportunity, taking action, doing something for something that you want. This can bring in some beauty, love, joy, and laughter into your life. The Justice card, speaking your truth, being honest, being open. So again, you could have some revelation here for you. The Knight of Cups can bring you opportunities and proposals and invitations, bring love into your life here as well. We can have an offer of love, of forgiveness. Maybe someone issues an olive branch at this time as well, or things are resolving in a very positive way. So some of you here, you are embracing your own personal power and you're following your own personal goals and your dreams. You're making that decision. You're being very honest and open about it, but you might need to leave something behind to do that, but you're doing so with kindness and compassion. But I do feel here that perhaps some of you are going to have a surprise engagement. If you're single, right, you might meet someone new out of the blue. There's a lot of love in the air here. There could be something in here that just enhances your world. You could be meeting a new friend. You could have something that resolves, maybe a legal situation with the Justice card. You could have something that resolves in a positive way. So a lot of beautiful energy that really is coming in here for you guys. And so even if there's something that is surprising, something that you didn't expect, I feel like here that whatever your situation is, you can work through it, talk things out. Justice card, right? Talk things out. Keep the lines of communication open, but be ready to make some sort of decision with that Justice card there. Now, the Justice card does bring truth and honesty, does really bring that Libran energy. It's card of Libra, okay, ruled by Venus. So again, Venus can bring you beauty and love and laughter, new beginnings, growth, all these wonderful things, bring you resources that you need here as well. And yes, we can have something come to a conclusion here. We can also be focused on balance and harmony in relationships here, and you need to change something to get things back on track. But I feel like if there's a lot of love and if people are coming from a good place, you may be able to restore some balance and harmony within a relationship here as well. So whether you're focused on existing relationships or new ones, there is a lot of positive vibes in the air for you. And don't forget about your relationship with your higher self and with spirit as well. You could be getting some very deep insights and some spiritual downloads at this time in this energy. But the Justice card, card number 11 as well, can bring you in some new beginnings, does bring you some good karma as well, and who doesn't need a little bit of dose of that. So it might be a great time for you here to do some work with your heart chakra, okay, or connect with water at this time as well. It can be really good. Rivers, lakes, ponds, streams, even a bath or a shower can be really good. You might want to try, if you're inclined, you might want to try some scrying, and you can scry in water. If you don't know how to do that, you can look that up, or if you know how to do that and you've fallen out of practice, this can be your big hint from the universe that this can be really beneficial for you at this time. We have the new children energy coming in here, and be all that you can be, okay? Follow your heart, follow your soul, follow your dreams, follow your visions, and make something come true for yourself. Make something happen. You have a vision. Your third eye is activated. Your intuition is heightened. Your spiritual senses are heightened. You're seeing signs, symbols, and synchronicities. If you see things, if you see those signs, pay attention to them. They are guiding you along a path. Your heart chakra here is open as well. All right. So be all you can be. Embrace the possibilities. Embrace the mystery, the magic, and the wonder that resides within you. you and harness all of the power of the universe. So you are part of the chosen ones. You are part of the spiritual soul tribe there to lead and guide other people, or maybe just to, live your personal best life, whatever it happens to be. You have this awakening, you have this growth, and some of you are encouraged to follow a new path or a different path there, or open yourself up to the potential and the possibilities that are out there. So, really big spiritual shift in here for some of you here with this moon, releasing the blocks, okay, and embracing a new way of living, a new way of being, and a better tomorrow. I'll leave all that there for you, Pisces. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like, share, subscribe. How is this moon energy transforming, or how is it playing out in your life? Always interested to hear your insights, and start a conversation in the comment section. Not everyone is familiar with this kind of journey, and they're just learning. There's some newbies out there. So, if you're experienced, share your experiences. Even if you are new, share them as well, because people can learn from you even if you're new as well, right? We all experience different things. We all have a completely different spiritual path. So you could just be embarking on yours or taking things to the next level. Anyways, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great full moon, a great eclipse, and I will see you guys later. Bye.